Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mentor, Ohio, to the race shop. We have some great guests with us tonight. Laura kind of threw me off with her. All right. So I've been talking to Bill for a couple weeks about coming on the show, and he brought in a special guest, which I'm really shocked. Kenny Phillips. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks for taking a long drive from the mansion there in Vermilion.
Yeah, it's an hour. It's not bad.
Is your house still up on a hill where you look down on everybody in Vermilion?
Yes.
I figured it was. Bill.
I'm in a dungeon.
Bill Harkins, welcome. We have a great show for you tonight. I want to get going as quick as possible. We have so much to talk about. But I got to tell you, why everybody's sitting down, you're cracking open your beers right now, ordering your pizza. It honestly is an honor to have you in here. You are one of the true legends of racing around the Midwest, not just Ohio, but the Midwest. And if you don't know who Kenny Phillips is, we will get in depth a little bit. Bill, I'm more shocked that he's wearing a shirt. Would you say 1991?
Yeah, 1993.
93, and it still fits.
Well, it was an extra large. I used to wear mediums back in the day.
Yeah, so you were pretty skinny, dude.
Now it fits me better. But it's been hanging up forever. We wouldn't fit in that. You and I, there's no freaking way.
2X these days.
So we were talking off the air a little bit about a couple things that I do want to bring up. I wrote some notes down, but the first thing I want to talk about, just to get this out in the open. So a lot of you have been out there asking me why I haven't been racing. And, you know, Mike Henderson calling me Jack, Stan, Jerry, and all that. So nobody's really known what's going on. So I want to inform everybody why I have not been racing. It has nothing to do. I don't want to race or anything. So, you know, I'm in the repossession business. I'm in the private property impound business. And it's a rough business. So I was impounding a car a couple weeks ago and got into a confrontation out of nowhere. I just got done hooking the car. I'm walking down the passenger side of my truck and a guy just clocks me. Turns into a fist fight. I mean, it was a full blood. Of course, what do the women do? Before we go any farther, what do you think the woman did?
Hold her phone up and start filming it.
Kenny, 100%.
Yeah. I always forget that part. I would forget that part.
I could have been getting my ass kicked. And she's like, hold on, I got to get the phone turned on.
I did. And then I remembered that I can't call the police while I'm recording. So I stopped the video and then I called the cops.
Bill.
So,
Time to start wearing the body cam.
I actually had to buy one. I finally bought a body cam, so I have it.
Bill's over there. I got 10 on Jerry. I got 10 on Jerry.
Yeah. Bill's like, I'm actually surprised because the insurance policy that I have to work, she's the, you know, she gets paid on it.
Right.
So I figured she would have been over there kicking me with the guy, you know, trying to get me to.
Right.
I was trying.
But I grabbed the guy with my left hand and I started punching him with my right, hitting him. But he turned a certain way. When he turned, it tore my tricep and some muscles up in here, some ligaments up in here. So that's the real reason. I don't like telling people that I get hurt and stuff. This is my business. This is what I choose to do. I love my business. But when Mike Henderson's calling me Jack, Stan, Jerry every freaking day, I finally had enough.
What do you use your left hand for when you drive?
I don't usually.
You just use your right.
Well, I have to because
I don't understand.
Timmy Lohr won't set my car up. He only works for Bill and Potters and all them. So
you got to use your right hand.
I'm like this driving all the time, struggling. Why everybody else?
I'm a pusher. I push.
I used to do that. With this car, I can't do that, man.
No.
I go down the straightaway and I'm holding on for dear life. Then I watch Potters go by. Not a sweat, nothing, because Timmy set up his car. So,
yeah, of course.
So he goes by us. But that is the truth. That's what's going on. Why I haven't been in the car. So you can keep, Henderson, you can keep doing what you're doing. You're having fun. I get it.
We can get rid of the Jack Stan nickname and give you geriatric Jerry.
I'd rather have the Jack Stan.
Yeah.
You know what, by the way, Kenny, how old are you?
63. I'll be 64 in September.
Wow. How old are you?
61, 62.
I used to be the young guy.
You used to be
I am
the young
no
guy?
longer the young guy.
This is now the geriatric Jerry podcast.
I used to be the young guy.
So how old is Timmy?
Oh, 80.
Oh, he's not 80.
Yes, he is.
Bullshit.
You think he's that old, Timmy?
He'll
70,
correct us.
77
Like
at
77?
the most.
Don't worry. Ed will
Yeah.
get to him and I'll get an ass full here.
And you know what? And we were talking before we went on the air, and you were right. He's our Harry Hyde.
Oh, absolutely.
He
treated me like that for sure.
And listen, everybody's seen it. It's not
Yeah.
like anybody can go, well, I never seen Timmy that way. Timmy didn't give a crap, man.
No.
But that's why, I mean, you got to love the guy. That's just who he is.
I think everybody wondered how I stayed with him that long. I would probably be the only guy that stayed,
That
all
long?
those years. I'm like, I
I just let him do his thing, and
Yeah.
I just whatever he wanted.
The
to
guy
do.
has such a gift.
I just always had so much confidence in him. I didn't care. He could go underneath the car and just clatter the wrenches for all I know. I don't know. It's probably what he was doing half the time.
I was just going to say, how many times did he tell you?
Just to play with my head, I fixed it, and he's down there whacking on stuff. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. He put a special match set of tires on there for you.
I never worried. I'm sorry. I'm never worried when I drove for him.
Yeah.
Anything ever. I never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
I was just like, he's got this. He does his thing. I do my thing.
You know what? And I bet you there was times, honestly, that he probably did. You come in, this car's pushing and something, and he probably clanged the wrenches, and you went out and.
Well, I always had a problem of not showing what the car was doing, and so it was a lot harder. Like you see guys go in the corner and just push the car all the way up the track, and I'd be behind him going, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
When I was trying to teach my son how to drive, which I'm a terrible teacher, I would tell him, "You're in charge of the car. Don't let it go up the track.
Yeah.
You woe the thing down, or you're completely sideways. You're in charge." So I never kind of I always just drove for what it would do. So sometimes he would I can't really tell what you're doing out there.
Yeah.
So then you need to overdrive sometimes to show me what's going on. So that was me and him sometimes.
Yeah, but are you the guy that would overdrive and then break the track record overdriving?
Yeah.
I figured that.
Try not to be the fast qualifier for once in your time, Phillips, and then I go be fast qualifier,
Oh,
something.
shit.
Yeah, he was like, this is not starting to back every single week. All right, I'm gonna back her off this time. It's like, you suck. That's what all he would say to me is, you suck.
And you faster qualifier.
I'm like, damn it, really? I really thought I left it early, Tim. He's like, you suck.
And that's just a taste as we get going. As some of the stuff we're going to talk about. We got to talk about Painesville Speedway last weekend. A lot of you guys don't know Randy Lett's been ill for a while. He was in the hospital last weekend. Our prayers go out to the Lett family, especially Randy. But he couldn't make it to the track last weekend, and his son swept the night.
Awesome.
Curtis swept the night. And listen, we fought. A couple of us said to Curtis, because it was a figure 8 car. Ray Streetstock, I think Henderson even told him, Roy Streetstock with us. And they did it, and they went out and won. So his dad was ecstatic. We were texting back and forth when he was in the hospital, and his dad was.
The video I seen, I thought he was a lap car. No, he was that far ahead of her.
Yeah, he took off because they were battling for second so much that he took off. And he didn't break out of his time. It was just them fighting and battling for second and third and fourth.
That's awesome.
So congratulations to Curtis Lett last week. Also, Vinny Cicconetti held off Kyle Bates, who's one of the best compact drivers out there. I don't know if they call them compacts now, but the
mini sports stocks.
Yeah, mini sports stocks. Figure 8 was Austin Rechko.
Yep.
And who won the Warriors, There
was no Warriors.
I thought they had another compact.
Oh, the Ace Racing League.
Oh, the Ace Racing League.
Yeah.
That was Roy Lowe.
Yeah.
Won. And listen, I don't know, did you get a chance to watch it all last week?
I did not. I watched parts of the street stock stuff.
So
I was camping, so I was hiding out.
What happened to him? When Saturdays used to be racing, not camping.
It's called age.
I know, I get it. The Ace Racing League, they're kind of like Mustangs and stuff out there. And they're very competitive at Painesville. Like, it's really honestly a fun class to watch. And I told Scott, maybe next year you should bring these things here on a weekly basis. They put on a hell of a show, so congratulations to everybody at Painesville last week.
What kind of fields do they bring?
They Saturday night, I think it was 7 or 8.
Yeah, but there was I think they said there was 5 or 6 that were unable to make it.
Yeah.
It was kind of an add-on to the schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been mostly racing in Midvale because they were primarily Barberton, and then Barberton closed down. So
They were probably camping.
yeah,
They were camping.
Exactly.
Damn it, Bill.
Probably camping.
You're killing the sport.
I took it with me.
It's you. So, the other thing I wanted to bring up, Chloe Mazzagatti and Elba France probably right now are running at Slinger tonight. So probably right now it's probably on whatever. It's not. Is it Flow? I don't know if it's Flow or not, but they're out there. So good luck to them tonight. Both of those guys doing great for all of us here, man, representing Ohio. I did have an issue Saturday night at Painesville Speedway that I want to talk about. I talked to Scott about it. So Saturday night, I'm doing the Facebook. Were you watching my live?
Yes.
So in my live, now listen.
I think I know what you're
Let's discuss this the way it should be discussed. I've been doing this I don't want to say how long I've been doing it because I'm going to sound as old as Kenny.
A week or two.
So I've been doing this probably 40 years. So back in 99 is when I started doing this. Look at Kenny adding the fucking math up. So I started doing this in 1999, and I learned, like everybody else, how to run a racetrack, how to race a car. Never as good as Kenny, not as good as Bill, but I think I'm a pretty decent driver. But I really think I'm a really good promoter. I think I'm one of the best. But during my Facebook Live, the security guard comes up to me in front of, I don't know if he got in front of the camera, but he said, "Sir, I need you to
I think
back
he
up."
partially blocked it. I don't remember seeing a full block.
But he kind of like stepped in front of me, the security guard. And at first I whispered to him, I said, I'm on Facebook Live here. I'm doing free promotion for the racetrack. Like, they're not paying me to do this. I'm doing this because, I mean, I could be camping with Bill,
Right.
having drinks, but I got you in front of me, stopping 120 people watching my Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to stay calm about it. And he said some words he shouldn't have said. And I think he said, "If you don't back up, I'm going to back you up or drag you out of here." And I think it's on the Facebook Live, the way he said it. And I said, "If you don't get out of my face," no. What I said was, "You better watch how you talk to people around here. You don't talk to people like that. I'm not that guy. Don't talk to me that way." That's what I said. Robbie up in the tower, who's been a race director for 18 minutes, is yelling down to them to move me off there. Now, maybe I was a little far on the track, but I've been doing it. If I get hit by a car, that's part of the fucking promotion. Let me get hit by the car. Let the tire come off and hit me. Add that to the.
Yeah, that'll go viral.
Yeah, let it go. I've been doing this a long time. I don't need that. So I went to Scott and I said to Scott, "Scott, there's some of us here. You don't need to talk to us. We know what we're doing. We've been doing this a long time." And Scott goes, yeah, I have a couple buddies. I don't want to say their names because I don't want Scott going, but Scott has some friends, as you know, that have been following him for many years. And Scott said it, "You guys can do what you want. I'm not going to tell my guys that have been racing for 50 years to get out of the pit chute." So it got into a heated battle. So my whole point is, I've been doing this a long time. I don't need the tower. I don't need Scott or anybody. I'm telling you right now on the air, unless Scott tells me to stay out of the pit chute, I'm going in the pit chute and I'm going to record and I'm going to give him free promotion. I'm going to do what I'm doing. Scott is the only one to tell me to move. Him and I held this discussion. Scott's not going to tell me to move. He feels the same way I do. If I get hit by a car, the police are going to be back the next week to see where the guy got hit by the car. So to everybody that was involved in that little altercation right there, don't worry about it. I'm just a guy there doing something for free, man. I do this for free. I have people all the time tell me, "You do the podcast for the money." What money?
Yeah.
What money am I making on a podcast?
Well, what about the check I wrote?
It hasn't gone through yet, Bill.
It's going to bounce.
This is free. You didn't tell me that part.
Hey, he's going to tell you. Timmy, tell him.
It'll bounce.
But all joking aside, I've been doing this a long time. And until Scott tells me that I can't go out there and promote his racetrack for free, don't get on the radio and tell your monkeys that I have to move out of the way. If you don't want me there, there's other places I can go on Saturday night. There's other things I can. You don't want me there doing what I do because you don't have anybody there doing that. Who else do you see there doing that? Nobody.
No.
So I'm there helping for free. I pay to get in. I didn't ask for a free wristband. I helped Scott by going there, paying to get in, and doing all that stuff, and getting the promotion. The video, the street stock video, the last I looked, unless I'm wrong, was at 15,000 views for a street stock race. The figure eight race, I think, was more than that.
And people were using it as a point of reference. There was like a heated discussion about two drivers. So they were actually using your video to reference a battle between, I think, Earl and Noah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Listen, just stop. I know Robbie, and I know those guys want to be who they want to be, but I'm just not that guy. If you're going to tell me to stay out of the pit chute, just tell me not to come. I'll go somewhere else and do it. I'll go have fun. That's my home track. That's where we grew up. That's where our families raced.
Yeah.
We know the track. I know if I step out on that racetrack when there's 15 street stocks coming at me, there's a chance a tire might come off or hit me. I know that. I don't need you to have your security guard get in front of me. on Facebook Live. Now think about this. I'm the guy that's advocating for great racing and the betterment of the sport. And your security guard's in front of me telling me he's going to drag me out of the pit chute on Facebook Live.
Well, there's two perceptions though, correct?
Yes.
One perception is Jerry's doing something good for the local tracks. The other perception is Jerry's the biggest jackass here because he's talking crap about the racetracks.
Yeah, yeah.
People don't really understand what a true podcast does.
Yeah, yeah.
There are bad podcasts that just talk trash.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with you calling an issue out. It's people can't handle that. So your perception is one of two things. You're either there to help them or you're there to hurt them.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
unfortunately, the ones that think you're there to hurt them are the ones who are now making some calls.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's crazy.
And everybody that knows me, and Scott knows, when Scott and I talked about it a little bit when everything was all settled down, he kind of apologized. He was like, I'm sorry, man. But yeah, I do have friends that come here that are allowed to stand in the pit chute. So I think he needs to work that out with the tower. You know, I'm not going out and buying $20,000 worth of equipment to put up on the wall to video and me sit up in a little trailer. That's not how this is. Right. We're hands-on, we're fun. This is the realistic part of it. You know, so just from this moment forward, the path needs to be, just leave me alone. I've been doing this a long time. I'm not there trying to disrupt anything. I'm standing in a pit chute doing a free video, holding my phone for 120 people to watch. 120 people were watching at one time on that video. 120 people that haven't, maybe out of that, maybe 30 of them never been to that track before.
May have never heard of it.
And you're standing in front of my goddamn camera going, "Oh, you better back up. I'm gonna drag you out of here." Don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. If you don't want me there doing it, just say don't come here and don't do it, and I won't be there no more to do it. I'll go camping with you. We'll go racing, Kenny. We'll go do something. But enough of that. The ego's got to stop. This ain't about you being a race director or you a tech guy or you working a concession stand. This is the promotion end of it. Let me do what I'm doing. And until Scott tells me not to do it no more, I'm going to do it. And if he tells me to stop doing it, I'll stop doing it. I'll respect him. But Scott's not going to tell me to stop doing it. He sees what we're all doing. It's not one person building Painesville anymore. It's a group of people doing it and with the driver. So hopefully I cleared that up. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody because I'm sure I probably will get emails now that I offended somebody.
Are you really worried if you offended people?
Man, email's been ridiculous the last couple of weeks, man. People just, what we were talking about out there about Josh Way, which I'm going to bring up here in a little bit. The emails are just ridiculous, man. Some great news, though, very positive news. Lorraine is going to run a race on
August 8th.
August 8th. That's a Trident, right?
No, that's just a regular
That's
race.
just a regular
Then
racing.
I don't remember the dates, but they do have the Trident, I think the following month, and then they're also running Cavalcade.
So
total.
August, I love Lorraine. Do you like Lorraine?
Yeah.
Did you?
Great.
It's his home track.
Well, that between that and Sandusky.
Which track did you like better, though? Sandusky because of the speed?
I probably like Sandusky better because I started there.
Yeah.
But Lorraine was always right there.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, probably to drive, Toledo was probably my second favorite.
Toledo's badass fast, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Was
in
it?
the Iceman series.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for it in modified as much because I just didn't hook up very good up there. But
Yeah.
But when you were in an Iceman car, it was a lot of fun to drive.
Well, if you got a car out there for Kenny to drive on the 8th, you still got your helmet, right?
No. I have
Stop
nothing.
it.
I got nothing.
Stop it, Kenny.
I can't do
Kenny,
it anymore. Can't do it anymore.
You really can't, honestly? If someone offered you a ride, you wouldn't be able to do it?
Can't do it.
He's wrong.
I try to go-kart racing with my grandkids.
Yeah, yeah.
Indoors.
Yeah.
I don't do too bad at Brook Park because they have a little more straightaway.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to maneuver.
But the one down in Medina, like I try to raid twice
pro cartoon.
and I'm sick. Constantly sick. Like the last time we went down there, I'm like, grandkids all right. I'm gonna try to raid because they all want to beat me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And of course they all weigh a lot less than
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And they're better than me now, obviously. I don't know why.
He's crying the Danica rule now.
So I don't know, but I just don't. I get out of the car and I'm like, don't feel good. And I don't feel good for like 2 days.
Wow.
That's because he misses it.
Is that what it is?
Do you think it's just because you're just out of shape or something?
No, I was doing it at the end. I was sick like for 2 days. I never felt like I was always queasy.
Wow.
But I like, even as a kid, I didn't ride any roller coasters.
Yeah.
I
I'm
didn't
the
ride
same way.
anything.
I can't ride
And
coasters at all.
and everybody's like, how do you drive a race car? And I'm like,
But you started off at motocross.
and I drove motocross. But I don't know, maybe it's the concussions in the motocross. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I just, when you don't feel good for 2 days after racing,
There's something wrong.
and there's
there.
something going on,
Yeah.
and I just like,
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's all the ex-husbands chasing him down. And beating him up.
Oh, the child sports.
Ex-husbands.
The child sports.
It's the ex-husbands of the Mr.
Every time he wins
Girlfriends.
a race, the money he never sees it. He's like, I'll just hand it over to this guy. But yeah, I'm really excited that Lorraine's going to be open. I
That's
seen Randy Sr. at Painesville Saturday. I went up, shook his hand, and said thank you. I seen that. The funny part is I see Junior, and I said thank you to Junior. Junior's like, for what? I said thank you for opening Lorraine, and just like a fluid motion, he goes, I didn't open it for you, and I said, but you did.
But you did.
But you did. You can say you didn't, Junior, but I know you
I'm
did.
still part of it. So.
Yeah, you opened it for me. But just to have the place open again,
Oh,
it's
it's
just
awesome.
great.
It's awesome. I'm glad that somebody gets to race there. I know Nathan, talked to him, Embry, and he's all excited about going back,
Well,
Which
last
is
year
one of
when
your
I
cars, right?
that was a car was built right in the next building
oh wow,
by Timmy.
well last year when I was at Lorraine for the Trident race, I was standing in the pit chute and doing video, and someone said something to Randy Sr. and he goes, "Just leave him be." He didn't throw me out of the freaking pit chute.
Perfect example.
He didn't throw me out. There's a guy that barely likes me, and he let me still stand in the pit. I get it. He wanted me to get hit by a car. That's what it was.
That's exactly it.
Senior's like, if there's ever going to tire to fall off a car right now, it should be right now,
Just came into your.
Should go over there to turn 3 and go up in the trees.
dude.
When we were kids, that's where people used to climb in the trees.
Right
watch
in
the
turn
races.
3 where the cars would go off the hill.
Yes, they were on the backside of that driveway and the
Yeah.
backside of the fence there. But they would be in the trees when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's when, it was really old grandstands and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And I
Well-
was like scared of height, and I would beg my parents to stay down low as they could. I was scared of height. It was the goofy stuff that I was wrong with me.
He's
a lot.
losing his man card very fast.
Yeah, I'm going downhill fast.
The man card is going away.
Yeah, it's okay.
Some of these you're going to have to remind me to look down because I'm going to get so engaged with these guys and I don't want to miss out.
Okay, yeah, I already put the dates up there. Trident is September 25th and 26th, and the Festival of Speed, aka Cavalcade,
Yeah.
October 23rd through the 25th.
So one of the things that now that I got both you guys here, you with your knowledge of racing, you're with both. And just so everybody knows, Bill, you weren't just a racer, man. I don't know. I was working at managing some racetrack and you popped up somewhere and I can't remember where the hell it was.
Was it South Georgia? When you
It
were
might
down
have,
there?
it might have been like
Probably
I
in the
was,
Pro Cup Series.
I was managing a track and I turn around and Billy's standing there. I'm like, how in the hell did this just happen?
Yeah, it was most likely Pro Cup Series South Georgia.
It was Pro Cup.
Because
It
you were
had-
down in South Georgia for a while.
I went from there down south more. I travel around, but I remember turning around and seeing you going, I mean, you can't miss him.
Oh, me and him traveled so much in that truck series.
Yeah.
From South Boston
To Texas,
to Texas
to Florida,
to
Iowa,
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Alabama.
Kentucky's a good story.
Not to
Yeah,
get off
Kentucky's
subject,
good.
which I'm
Yeah.
going to get off subject for
Yeah.
a second because I got to. Who was the kid that you helped in the Hooters car? It was, I think it might have been Ken Pennington, but I thought you were with him. His dad.
No, I never helped Ken Pennington. I ran against Ken's cars at Lorraine.
So who was the Hooters car driver that you or Pennington had? One of you guys was a young kid with black hair, a young guy. His car was always at Brooklyn Chevrolet.
Nobody.
That was a Hooters Cup car.
Yeah, but you got the wrong.
So it was probably Pennington.
I think who you're thinking of is Sowers that were out there on the west side of Cleveland because they had a Hooters Pro Cup team.
I wonder if that's who it
They had
is.
2 cars.
Okay.
They actually
Sowers.
bought one of ours. Sowers.
Sours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because our drivers we started off with Scott Baker.
Okay.
And then we went to Gary St. Amant. And then we went to AJ Frank, Jack, Jack's going to kill me, Jack Bailey. And then we ended up with Tyler Young, who now owns Young's Motorsports down in the Craftsman Truck Series.
So were you with St. Amant the night he got hurt at Mansfield when Logano hit him in the door?
No, he was driving for a guy who used to drive the trucks. The family had the mulch company down south.
And they had the mulch company?
Yeah, they were in the American Truck
Their American
Series.
Truck Series?
Yeah, number 24. He was driving for them at the time because
Oh.
we had let him go.
Okay.
Gary won Rookie of the Year with us in the Hooters Pro Cup, which is funny hearing a guy that's multi-time winner. in
Yeah,
the
yeah, he's a Rookie of the
ASA
Year.
comes in and wins Rookie of the Year. But
Sounds weird.
yeah, I don't want to talk too much garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the time, he was the third highest paid Pro Cup driver in the series.
Wow.
And Mark Milstein, who owned our team, he pretty much funded the team. Gary brought Jegs with him,
Yeah.
but his pay was more than the sponsorship was.
Oh man.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and on top of that, the Hooters Pro Cup Series, why they were successful is the drivers got one check. The owners also got a check. Negotiations for the next year, he wanted the owner's check on top of his regular.
Wow.
And I said, no, you got to go find another race.
Did he do really good in the Hooters Cup, Gary?
He
Or was
won one
better
race with
ASA?
us. He won one race. Well, he was way better than ASA. He won one race with us. We were third in points at Lakeland with a possibility of winning the championship. He told me not to tell him where we were in the points as the race was going on. I had it
Yeah.
all laid out in a sheet. I knew where everybody was, what
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
where the points were. And at the end of the race, I get in the car, I go to move the car, and the inside is just covered in vomit.
Oh,
He got sick. And then in the interview, he said, well, nobody told me where I was in points. I
wow.
was so mad because I'd have told him every single corner if he wanted to know.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I have respect for Gary. I didn't like Gary as an ASA driver. And when we interviewed him, I told him that. I said, I did not like him as an ASA driver because I was running an ASA with Dale Francis.
Okay.
I didn't run
That
all
was
the time
auto
with Dale.
site, right?
Yeah, auto site, Nick Vitt. And auto
Yeah,
site.
yeah,
But I didn't like Gary, his personality.
yeah.
But he's a funny dude.
Oh, he's hilarious, dude.
Absolutely funny. And I did get to know him well, but I love
Yeah.
his dad. His dad was just the greatest. But it just didn't work out. You know, third highest paid driver and you lose the championship.
So who
because
was
you
your
can't-
auto site driver then?
Randy McDonald was one of them. I did a little bit with Glenn Allen,
Okay.
What about Chase Summers?
Jay Summers.
Okay.
I did Jay Summers at Milwaukee and Nashville.
How did he do?
Jay was good, but Jay's a driver who had to have something prior to the race to get through the race.
Yeah, yeah.
And unfortunately,
I get it.
You know, that doesn't work all the time.
I get it. I have to too. I gotta eat like donuts or something, man. If I gotta make it 50 laps, I gotta eat donuts or something
Energy
to get
drink, you know,
yeah, I gotta have
something
something.
crazy. Yeah.
So that being said, we were on a topic a couple weeks ago with Josh Way, and I want to get your guys' input on this. And the only reason I'm bringing this up again is because of all the shows we've done. I had like 30 emails after the show, so I want to kind of like get your guys' take on this also. One of the emails stated, Jerry, why do you think it's okay for drivers to wreck other people? I never said it's okay for drivers to wreck other people. There's also, you have to look at it from a driver standpoint who's pissed off that the guy in front of him has been doing this to him and he gets to the side of him. There's so much to it. It's just not, and that was a lot of the emails, wasn't it? Like people were thinking, I think it's okay for drivers to go wreck people. It's never okay to go wreck another driver. But from my standpoint, I try to explain to people, it's not just a driver wrecking a driver. First of all, what led up to it? Kenny, how many races have you been in with a guy in front of you, when he come around you, he sideswiped you or knocked your toe out or something as he went by? No need for it.
Absolutely.
There's no need for it.
I'm on the start of a feature in the modify.
Yeah.
Just guys just whacked my front wheel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to grab him by the throat.
Yeah. As a driver, and now you just heard him say that.
Yeah.
When you're behind the wheel of that
I knew I
car,
was screwed. I knew I was screwed. I knew it was over with.
you're done for the next 50 laps.
I'm done.
Yeah.
He done knocked the toe out. I seen it. He just literally door slammed the right front tire.
Yeah.
Because they're right out in the open.
So that happens a lot where the fans don't get to see that. So when we do our podcast, they look at it as, oh my God, Jerry wants to see people crash. There's a million different reasons why you see another driver get angry and take out another driver. And one of the things that I've been discussing is, I don't know if you watch Bowman Gray at all, but I think Zach Staley got the raw end of the deal.
Mhm.
First of all, this guy brings in, I don't care what you say about him. I don't care if you like him. I don't care if you hate him, but he brings people in the stands. Josh Wade, and I know someone's going to call me an ass kisser, but he brings people in the stands.
Absolutely.
But it takes these guys something to trigger them for them to retaliate. Now, I can't speak for Josh because I really haven't watched Josh race a lot, but I've watched a lot of Bowman Gray racing, especially last year or the last couple of years. And I watched Zach Staley and these other guys. if you ever watch Bowman, it's small. It's Painesville Speedway with just longer straightaways. There's no room for error with these guys. And I've seen Zach a couple times, retaliate in a way I would never retaliate. But as a driver, like you said, how pissed do you get at that moment when something goes wrong because some other guy wasn't paying attention? An example would be modifieds or late models. That is the top tier of racing. Everybody that races street stocks, compacts wants to race a modified, wants to race street stock or a late model. They all do. Everybody wants to do that. We were growing up, everybody wanted to be like you and Chesbro and Baker. We all wanted to be that guy. But it's not going to happen. Those guys, you guys have a talent. It's just that simple. But I would never in a million years on a start, especially with you next to me, slam into you on the start and then take off, because I know what's going to happen.
Well,
your generation guys did not take kindly to that, especially on the first lap.
the worst part, I think, is when they deny it. You talk to them after the race. No, you hit me. Like, I got an in-car camera. My hands are like this. They never move. So don't tell me that I whacked into you. My hands are like this. We're going down the back straightaway, and he still races. Not modifieds, maybe super modifieds, but he still races. But but he's not the only one. There's other guys.
Yeah.
They just whack your front wheel.
Yeah.
For no reason. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
There's only one guy who would never deny it. Paul Atkins.
Oh, if he hit you, he would say he hit you?
Every restart, you were guaranteed you were getting a wheel slap. Every restart. And you ask him, he's like, yeah, I did it. Figure it out.
So my big thing is what's happening with these drivers compared to our generation. Back in our day, the racetrack owners, especially Ruick, promoters and stuff, would use that to their advantage. Racetrack owners and promoters and race directors now are throwing their clientele out. And then that same person, that same race promoter, same racetrack owner will get on Facebook and go, where's all the fans? Well, I'm speaking because I follow Zach Staley a little bit. When he left and they threw him out, I don't care what they say. I seen a drop in the stands because people want to see what he's going to do on the track.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he retaliates a little bit different if you spin him around and take him out or bump him out of the way. And I think, and if I do want to get him on the show. Him and we keep missing messages, I believe, but I do want to get him on the show. But he's the guy that'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But when you take his ass out, you take him out, it's a wrap.
Well, Jerry, what you're talking about, if you really think back to the battles that Earl and Goldie, or Earl is Goldie, Josh and Earl used to have, they put more asses in the seats with their battles than, and no offense to Kenny Bender, who was just driving off the cleanest guy in the racetrack.
Yeah.
Because people were coming to watch that.
Yeah.
They were coming to watch Earl get out of his car and be flipping Josh off and vice versa. And I'm not going to make a real good friend with my uncle when I make this statement. Josh Way is a hell of a driver. Yes, he can cubic dollar everybody to death, but it's not about cubic dollar. You still got to get the cubic dollar around the racetrack.
Right.
And what Josh is doing for the younger kids, who else is doing that? So when a track throws out a guy like Josh, they didn't throw out one guy. They threw out 25 to 50 people at what? Average is $20 a head.
Yeah.
Not to mention hot dogs and stuff that didn't get brought in the stands. And on top of that, little junior who's sitting in the stands, pardon the expression, who's getting a little bit of wood because he's excited.
Yeah.
He wants to race. He wants to race now because that just made him happy.
Right.
Little Barbie, who's also getting excited. You take the excitement away and you just make it a boring black and white race. Those people in the stands, they're not looking to build a car.
Well, and my thing
quit
too
throwing
is
your guys out that are bringing asses to the seats.
And my thing is, one of the emails stated, what would be the solution? Well, like Josh Wade, they've given him warning after warning about his rough driving, and he goes out there and he does that. I really like the old way that NASCAR used to handle things. If you guys remember back in the 80s with NASCAR, if they didn't like you and you were crashing every week, they had a private drivers meeting with all the drivers. All 43 drivers would go in there with one NASCAR official, and they would talk it out. Rusty Wallace with Ernie Irvin, what did he tell him? You're going to kill one of us. Every week you're taking us out. You're going to kill one of us, and it has to stop today. You know,
Yep.
I really think that there needs to be a fine line now where you have to stop throwing everybody out. Stop wondering why your stands are empty and your pits are empty, because you just, like you said, you threw all these guys out. And the bad thing with Bowman Gray, they're so egotistical. So a lot of people don't know this. So I'm going to help you guys out a little bit. So NASCAR has leased it from Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
NASCAR don't own it. The city owns it. So NASCAR leased it until 2050. So you're screwed until 2050. So there's nothing you can do.
Yep.
But I really believe the people they have in place doing it, compared to the way it used to be, where the old regime understood it. They understood what put people in the stands.
Yeah, I think the old regime was more fine heavy.
Yeah.
Than kick out heavy.
Yeah. And listen, if you go back and you watched a race from last week and you look at the grandstands, there were a lot of empty seats. And it's just not them. We were talking before we went on air. There was 3 other racetracks that threw out some drivers over the past week. And the one driver, the video is he walks up, he starts talking to the race director gets offended and suspends him indefinitely. What did you gain from that?
Nothing.
First of all, you didn't show that you know how to communicate.
Right.
And it's your track. It's going to be your way to highway. It doesn't work like that. These people are your investment. These drivers, Josh Way, Earl Goldie, Joe Corson, Michael Henderson, that's your investment. How are you paying your bills at the end of the month if these guys are sitting at home?
Do you remember Fred Mott?
I do.
Okay. So Fred Mott raced at Hialeah before he ever came up here and started a parts business.
Never knew that.
At Hialeah, they used to have a board, a running total of fines per driver. He was the second highest fine driver there. Now they put that out for the public to see.
Yeah.
Don't think people didn't look up there and read that and then look for that car on the racetrack.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, see, we did that one of our tracks we did that we managed, and we took all that money at the end of the year and we held a big party with all the fines and all that stuff. Everybody was like, oh, it should go to the points fund. No, this was from these guys fighting and doing all this stuff. We're throwing a party. We got a band, we got alcohol, we got food. Everything was covered. We had a great time.
Yep.
And those guys paid for it. They didn't realize they're laughing and joking and having a good time. You don't
I might as well
understand.
come to it. I already paid. I already funded half. I already funded the band.
You paid for it.
Right.
So,
all right.
but you know, I just want people to understand. I don't think it's okay that drivers take a shot, but you have to look at the big picture. And I have seen you in some wrecks before that, to me, you're one of the classiest drivers. I mean, you're aggressive. You want to win, but man, I've seen you in some crashes before, and you got out of that car, just put your hair back and just smile. Where most guys would go, "I'm going to kill it." I mean,
I don't know. I always had that. I mean, even get my wheels whacked. I mean, I got upset, but I was like, "It's over. I can't change it.
Yeah.
I can't fix it. You know what I mean? It's over with." I remember.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, even talking to him, I'm like, dude, well, why? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Why whack my wheel off when we're starting on the back straightaway at Sandusky Speedway? Let's race.
Yeah.
This is where I came from. I want to race you, Will, because you're good. Let's race.
Yeah.
But this not start off by banging wheels, you know. And sometimes I was in the fence, and it's just. It is what it is.
So Kenny never did have that mentality of I'm going to just go and wipe a guy out.
Yeah.
Kenny's mentality was I'm going to put about 3-4 seconds on you in the next race.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to wave with
that
single finger salute and see you later.
So when I started, I quit motocross racing because I kept getting head injuries. And I broke my foot. And then my dad's like, look, because he ran stock cars with Jerry Owens, Boyd Martin, Bucky Buchanan, all those great guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll build the engine if you build a car. So I get my buddies, and we're at a junkyard.
So what kind of car did you build first? What was your first car you
built? It
built?
was a Buick Regal. We dug it out of a junkyard for $500. It was,
and not a mid-70s, was it?
That was an 81, I think.
Yeah.
I know the Buick Regal because I remember because the grill would push in. It was spring loaded.
Yeah.
It was spring loaded. We left it in there just like that. That way they figured when I ran into somebody, it
would just spring right back.
That thing was in there until the day I sold that car. It never. I didn't like that thing. Well, so we built this car, and then my dad scrambled to get this motor done from somebody in Toledo, And I remember going out to, I'll never forget, I went to Sandusky Speedway to hot lap. Figured that's where I knew how to drive. I watched my dad. Bill Hart's beside me in hot laps, and he's revving the motor up. Wow, wow, wow. I'm like, that's, he's telling me, hey, kid, I know your dad, and this is how we go,
Yeah.
And I remember coming in and my dad going, does he realize he used to go in the corner with 40 other idiots on dirt bikes? If he's trying to intimidate, he probably
He's doing the wrong guy. Yeah.
But it was fun, he was letting me know, which was cool.
Yeah.
So I would follow him, and stuff.
So where was your first race at? In
Sandusky Speedway.
Was it really?
They were called sports stocks.
Okay.
Time. We actually ran jet streaks. We ran 355s, and we had to have Corvette, cast iron.
Those jet streets were our
Wow.
tracks.
Yeah, we had. To,
Okay.
Yeah, we had to cut them.
Yeah, but Sandusky was dirt back then, wasn't it? I'm kidding, Kenny. I'm kidding, man. I'm absolutely kidding.
No, that was Lorraine. Yeah, but so that was 86.
Yeah.
My boys were just born. They were a couple months old the first time I had them. But that was my start.
Yeah.
But that's why I went to cars, because I kept getting hurt on dirt bikes. And my dad's like, dude, you're racing against kids that are 15 years old and they don't have to go to work, and you got 2 kids on the way.
So that first car you did, how long did it take you to get your first win?
High miler of my first season.
Wow.
And that's with Jerry Owens, Joe Westminster, all those guys.
Wait, you won Cavalcade?
I won the feature in the Cavalcade.
Get the hell out of here. Your first year?
Yeah, there's a picture of me in my hat, and I look like a hobo. I look like 130 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there with a trophy. And I don't know if you all remember L&M Towing.
Actually, I do. Yeah.
Mayor. So Lester's nephew, Dean, was on my team. And he told me, Kenny, put the name on the side of your car because you got nothing on there. There's a big 0 and big one. Every time you win, I'm going to hand you a $100 bill.
Wow.
He was running the record. He walked right up to me right there in the middle of the front straightaway.
Gave you a
$100 bill. This is 86.
Which is,
so it was a couple jet streaks right there.
Yeah.
So, and I won 2 more times that season. But I used to race against Boyd Martin. And them guys all raced against my dad.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. And they all treated me great. But like, I can remember our features going 20 laps and we're all side by side.
Yeah.
And we're not taking each other out, but we're running hard, and it was just, that was pretty cool when we first started.
Yeah.
Our calls were all a little different. So everybody, but Stauffer did Kent Stauffer did some of our work on the first car. And then Gary Showalter, we just built it in a garage.
Gary Showalter, wow.
Yeah, we all started in a garage, and most of us didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were just
read these questions.
doing whatever Gary
because you can
told
read
us.
them out, everybody will hear them.
Whatever Gary told us to do, we just would do.
Yeah.
And if it was too hard, we would just and then he'd come on and do it for us.
What's the first question?
I'll go back on I have it up here. I'll read this. Don Cather said drivers need to apologize when needed. They would gain the respect and keep being able to
The problem with that is no driver's ever wrong.
That's true.
Let me tell you a quick story. So Painesville, figure 8. Johnson, his last name was Johnson, ran street stocks, lived off of River Road. Remember who that is?
Johnson. Oh, Rex Johnson and all that?
Not Rex.
No.
It was another Johnson. Anyways, he goes if you remember, Gordon used to let the street stocks run the last figure 8 of the year. So he's out there and he takes me out to the intersection. So for 5 laps, I just time him.
Did you really?
I took the whole back half of his car completely off. Completely off. Deck lid went flying. Rear quarters are all the way over to the side. And the race is over, and I'm in the pits. I'm ready to go. Just chew him up a new side.
Yeah.
He goes, man, I'm so sorry, Bill.
Oh,
I didn't know you were coming through the intersection.
did he really? Was it Bill Johnson?
No. Somebody will pick it up.
Go ahead with your next question.
Kevin said Rusty Johnson.
Yes.
Rusty Johnson?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Rusty Johnson.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 3 people all said Rusty
Yeah.
Johnson at the same
Poor
time.
Rusty.
Oh my God. It was the funniest thing in the world because at Painesville, I wasn't so much aggressive. I got more aggressive at Lorraine towards people.
Yeah.
Painesville, not so much. But that day I was on a mission. I was going to find him. I was going to just rip him up,
Well, you definitely cut him in half.
And he come right. I did.
What's your next question?
Joe Ayers Jr. said yes, but back then you could go get another car out of the junkyard and be back racing the following week for very little money.
We just fixed those.
And you know what? It's
That's
a
what we have
change.
trees for and tractors.
That's
and
how we used to pull the
chains.
frame,
Yeah, there it is.
the frame horns out, man. Use the wrap
Rusty,
around a
Rusty
tree.
brought that car back. Same car.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joel wants to know if Bill, do you know Tim Fontana?
Yes.
How do you know
And-
Tim?
If I remember right, Tim was involved in the Pro Cup Series. If not the Pro Cup Series, Lorraine, I believe. But the name absolutely is very fresh in my mind.
And Bunny wants to remind you of Mama Chickennetti's chocolate chip cookies.
Oh my God. So I have one of the moms. Okay, Kenny, I'm just a fat
Her
ass,
name's
bro.
Linda.
If you bring me a donut or a
I know I got the bad habit.
and dude, listen,
got the
I don't
same
eat
bad
other
habit.
people's food. I just don't. I'm just that.
Oh, I do. I don't care.
I can't,
See, out
man.
of the garbage. I don't
But
care.
this cookies, man. She handed me those cookies, man. I was like, I tore them up, dude. I think I made
We'll
it.
be in
fun.
the pits and she's at the grandstand side and she comes right to the fence yelling his name. Here's your cookie.
So Dominic, tell your mom thank you so much for the cookies. I appreciate it.
So
But-
that's it. We're covered.
But basically, and I want to get off the subject and move on from it. But you racetracks, I know some of you guys are watching right now. I'm not picking on you. I'm not doing it. I'm trying to help you. And you have two veteran guys sitting here with me that have been it through that generation to this generation. Stop throwing your drivers out. Let your drivers work it out in the tech garage with your security guard and let them talk it out. Yes, there's going to be arguing. There's going to be screaming. That's not for you to get in the middle of.
Right.
Let the drivers like you guys used to back in the day just talk it out, man.
Yeah, the old days of going up to the Vagabond and using a brick on somebody, I think those are long
Those are
past.
done.
Yeah.
The
But-
Vagabond's still there, but
Yeah,
it's,
well, it's empty shell these
Well,
days.
Sandusky, we used to leave the track and stop at Nick's, and they had a track. Nick would, it was the old bar referred to on 61 coming out of Huron. But anyways, it was Nick, and he would go there and videotape the race, and it was VHS, right? So he would play it, and then we would all sit there. See, I told you, you hit me. And we
so
were all,
after racing, you guys would leave and go watch
we
them.
would, yeah, we would stay there till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and all of our trucks are out in the parking lot. We're all hammered.
I kind of like that idea,
Yeah,
man.
we would sit there and just razz each other.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I remember being there with Mark Mayer and Boyd Martin. We would just like, oh, see, I told you hit me. I'm like, we're like, back that up, you know.
That's actually a genius idea,
but
man.
we would sit there and drink beer and whatever and have a good time, and music was playing and everybody was having
Yeah.
fun, you know. But I never remember one fight. I remember them yelling at each other, "You suck," and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But there was no fight.
And the thing is, if you remember, I mean, we did fight a little bit at Paynesville
Oh,
and
yeah,
Lorraine,
there's
but
definitely fights there.
for a lot of it, you know, back then, you would get in your arguments. 2 races later, man, you're like, all right, let's just forget it and move on.
Yeah.
You got out in the feature, you didn't think about it, man. Our
Right.
generation guys, we
Well, why
wanted
can't
to
you
win.
just pull the 2 drivers in today?
Yeah.
Leave
Yeah.
the damn crew out there. Let them live whatever fantasy they're living.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
weren't in the car.
Leave their wives, their girlfriends, all
Put the 2
them.
drivers in the tech shed.
Yeah, just
Kenny, I'm on your side, man.
Yeah.
Women in the pits are just a freaking nuisance,
oh,
bro.
bro. I didn't say that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm
I am not saying
I'm
that.
just talking about women in general will fight and they'll just never they'll never forgive each other.
I
Guys
know.
will forgive each other.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's
It's just
true. We hold grudges.
yeah,
We don't
it's
forget.
it's a fact.
Oh, it's,
yeah. It'll
You know?
drag.
it's true.
He's gonna get all this hate mail now.
No, nobody knows how to get a hold of it.
Kenny did not
Women in
say.
the pits.
Yeah,
Now,
I did
Joel-
not say that.
Now Joe Phillips, he'll say it. They don't belong in the pits. He'll get.
But also lately, not to bring this up, I don't know if I should, but I mean, it's not just drivers fighting, but we did see on social media did Midvale throw out a driver because they got in an altercation with the owners?
It could
So
be.
I don't know. I read what's on
It-
social media. So it's almost, but then, I mean, are they justified to say, hey, don't come back? Or if he apologizes?
On that, I have no idea what happened that day,
I don't
so I don't really
either.
want to comment on it. But
You
Yeah.
read that poison?
Yes.
Oh my God.
yeah,
It popped in as you should follow, so I had to read it.
Of
I
course.
mean,
but for me,
I couldn't
any
stop.
owner that owns a racetrack, I give him.
He better have some big shoulders.
Yeah, and
Because
listen,
he's gonna get beat up.
the young lady Kim Smart that owns Midvale with her husband Randy. She's just not one of those people. You don't play with her, man.
Mhm.
She's just, everybody knows that now. You don't go up to Kim and say, "Listen, this is the way it's going to be."
Yeah.
She ain't going to hear it.
But then again, we don't know the stories.
Yeah,
We don't
so-
know. It's one of those things like with the Josh Way thing. We didn't know until we hear both sides of
Yeah.
the stories. That
Right.
is also things
In
like-
Midvale, every week it's raining there.
I
Yeah.
see that again.
Every week.
They got
I mean,
the cloud of doom on them this year.
and this is the whole thing is like I try to tell drivers and fans when you're bad mouthing a racetrack, when it rains out, just understand you get up on Monday and you go to work, you get paid on Friday.
Yeah.
Midvale ain't getting paid.
They ain't get, they ain't
And
get no
their
tire,
bills?
They ain't get no tire money.
No.
Their bills are real.
They got to figure out what they're going to do with all the hot dog buns that are just going to waste.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
but
Right.
you know that's the fact. That
Right.
where are they
Absolutely.
getting money to pay everything? You know, so now they're dipping in their savings. So I feel so bad for the Smart family. You know,
Yeah.
they're working their butts off to get that place rolling, and that keeps happening.
Yeah.
Would they make it to intermission? And I think it rained out last week or something.
I
Or
don't
Yeah,
know.
right
I didn't catch it last week because again I was.
And then Roy just made a
Yeah.
point. It's calling for like 80% of rain this
Yeah,
Saturday.
this whole weekend's gonna be
This
rain
whole
out.
summer has been
Yeah.
terrible. Real quick, Joe Ayer said, I completely agree that there has to be rivalries in our sport, but there also has to be consequences for your actions other than fines because some people can just buy their way out of trouble.
Which is true,
Mhm.
which is true. But that's where I think the drivers in that division need to get together and hold a meeting and talk to whoever the problem is. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's the only way it's going to work. NASCAR does it every damn Sunday. They let their drivers have their meeting. How many times in the Hooters Cup or ASA, and I don't want to say the guy's name that owned ASA when he lost it, but his guy that ran it, he was the same way. We're not here to wreck cars. You want to wreck cars, go run a different series. This is not the series to come here and crash. We're not a learn. Never forget him saying this. We're not a learning series. You are the best of the best. That's why you're here.
Hey, how about instead of yes, somebody can can cover the fines without a problem. How about we make them do laps around the track? They can run around the track,
Run around the track.
run around track, have to do some push-ups.
Hey, listen, what did Gordon make you do if you got dirt on the track?
Go clean it.
You had to stop in the middle of the race. If you got dirt on Gordon's track by going in the infield and doing a spin
Yeah.
or something,
Oh, yeah.
he would throw the red flag, walk a broom out to you in front of all that crowd, and make you sweep that track.
Listen, you could be
You
the
only do that
wealthiest.
once, right?
Yeah,
And then-
you could be the
You
wealthiest
only
guy,
do it once, I
Right,
promise
right.
you.
and you could be the wealthiest guy, but eventually you're not going to make the laps.
Yeah. You want to go ahead?
Yeah. This. Hold on 1 second. Let me see who it was. I lost the thing. Oh, ask Kenny how many times he was able to talk out his issues with Jeremy Wiggins when they both drove in the modified division at Lorraine.
Oh boy, thanks, Joe.
I don't know if we ever talked out of issues. I would try, but
Again, you weren't really talking. You would just blow his doors off the next chance you
just
got.
like most of the time
I
I
know
would
that.
just like say why.
Yeah, yeah.
Why are we doing this? I
Yeah.
didn't understand, why. We that one week I pass him or something and he spins out and he blames me and he comes around the track and he literally on the yellow flag drove over my left rear. I seen the underside of his car. I watched his right rear spring go flipping through the air on the track and then go bouncing down. Then he drove in the pits. But I was like, I wasn't even mad.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
more stunned. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the hell was that all about? And then to come find out, he thought I spun him out. I'm
Then
like,
when he found out he didn't.
I don't even know if he ever found. But I just like I guess I never lost myself that bad that I would just
Yeah.
try to do something. Like I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
we just looked at a race that I got spun out and I didn't do anything.
From a guy lap coming out of the pits.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
what?
Toledo Speedway.
Toledo.
What happened?
Toledo, he's hauling mail. I think you have the
So
24 was behind you. Who was that?
Coolman.
Pullman.
So this was 97. And he just showed me the video of it. I just forgotten all about it. I had totally forgotten this race. Sometimes you just forget races you want to forget.
Yeah, yeah.
So always the rule at Toledo was you can't come out of the pits because it was on the front straightaway.
Yeah, it sure is.
In that figure 8 quarter-mile track. You can't come out once we get the white flag.
Okay.
You have to pull out before we get the white flag.
Okay.
He came out of the pits when I was coming off of turn 4.
Oh no.
And I got a head of steam.
Oh no.
And it was Chuck Rommel. And he's been driving forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He knows what's going on. Right. We all had radios.
Man, there's a name. Wow.
We all had radios. I have Coolman on my bumper. It's time to go.
Yeah.
If I drop in behind him and hit the brakes, he's a good driver. He's going to go right on by me, right?
Right.
So I jumped to the outside and we figured I was going to go on by him.
Yeah.
We get into 3. Goes up there and clips me.
Oh,
Sends me
my
high.
God.
So then I'm like, I'm just not going to give up. I'm going to get him back. I go into one, and then they come up again. I get clipped, and I spin in front of the field, and the whole field is crashing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it crashes me out of the lead.
Yeah.
But it was all for a rule that was for that specific thing.
Purpose.
But he had raced too long not to know to stay out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you're in the pits and you're that far, you're already a problem. You're not.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not going to win.
Right.
Not in that series. You're done. Right. Just come back, and as my dad would always say, come back and be better another day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that
Take
series
your-
was
take your-
full of heavy hitters.
Take your wounds and come back another day. You know, like when I started driving, my dad said, "You ever crash your car into people and destroy it because you're mad, the whole crew's going to quit. I won't help you."
Yeah. Yeah.
And you never really see me do it or spin the tires. I never did burnouts. Nobody's ever seen me do a burnout.
Oh, wow.
I've never done a burnout. I used to go backwards once in a while on the track. And,
Yeah.
you know, because I liked waving at people because I had fun, you know.
He was checking out the women.
He was.
But
He was.
anyways, it was about being fun. But I don't know, me and Jeremy, it was, I don't know, like I could talk to him like right now, it'd be fine. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when he put his helmet on, I don't know if it was me. Maybe it was just me
Yeah.
because I didn't see him act too much like
When's the last time you spoke to Jeremy?
6-7 years ago, probably.
He's a totally different guy now.
Oh yeah.
A totally different guy.
I mean, we would talk about what he did for a job.
Yeah.
And then we go out there, and I'm like, wasn't I just talking to him in the pits a minute ago? So I used to walk around and socialize.
Yeah.
And it seemed like every time I did that, whoever I socialized with, somehow we spun out together, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I don't know. It was coincidence. So I'm like, I got to quit doing that. I'm just putting bad luck on me.
Right.
So I quit doing it kind of. Well, then my son started racing, and he's bigger social butterfly than me. He's talking to everyone. And I'm like, quit talking to everyone.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad. And then I'd watch him, and I'd be following him, and I'd watch these guys whacking the side. I'm like, what are you being friends with these guys for? They're just because your last name is who you are, and they're just going to whack you.
Yeah.
I said, quit. Hey, Dad, you know, like, but he'd like to go talk to everybody. But
Yeah.
I got more angry watching people do stuff to him on a racetrack than what
Whatever happened to you. Yeah.
Because I felt like I could take care of myself.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't put up with people's crap. You know, I lean down, keep you tight, but I would watch guys go up like this, you know, and I expected my son to go like that when he went into 3,
Yeah.
you know, just to tighten things up, say, hey, that's just a scent. Hey, I'm not trying to wreck you. I'm like, I'm not taking your crap. You know?
Yeah.
And I'd be like following them, and I'd be like, forgetting I was supposed to be racing, and I'm watching these two in front of me. I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm like, quit, don't hit his ass. Don't let him knock you up the track.
It's like Earnhardt Sr. told Dale Jr.
Yeah.
You're not here to play around. These are not your friends.
Yeah.
They're your friends when you go home. You're at the track.
Yeah.
They're not your friends.
Right.
He said, you ever let these guys push you around like that again, you're not racing for me.
Yeah.
And he changed. Junior changed after getting his ass chewed a couple times.
I know.
But-
I was trying not to be that way about it, but that was my.
But it's in you, man.
I'm like, dude, don't let him do this, you know. And everybody would say, well, they wouldn't do that if it was to you. I'm like, I know, and they shouldn't do it to him.
Right.
What the hell's the difference? We're all racing.
And the boys eventually made pretty good little shoes.
Oh yeah, he did. He eventually really figured it out.
And both boys raced at one time.
Yeah. Curtis wasn't too much of a racer, but Craig was really, really smooth, and he would make fun of me that like I'm wheel horsing it a little.
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
Well, I think
you
there was
know?
times he beat you.
Oh yeah, there was times he beat me. He beat me at Lorain County one day of the dash with a flat left rear tire.
I think the first time he
Did
beat
he
you.
really?
Yeah, there's a picture with him with a flat tire. He brings it up all the time.
Yeah.
He said, "Look at my left rear tire, Dad. It's got like 4 pounds of air in it." I said, "Well, I was afraid to pass you." I said, "You're all over the damn track."
You're all over the place.
I think the first time he beat him, we all could have used his head as a hot air balloon and
Oh, I'm
gone
sure.
on a trip.
So quick story about my son. So he wins the championship at Lorain, and I think it was 2016 for modified.
Yeah.
So we all got together, and I'm like, hey, our whole deal was we go back to the house, we unload the race cars every night, we put them on jack stands. This is what we do. Timmy Lors told me, put everything on a jack stand. Don't leave stuff in the trailers. All right. So what we do, unload everything. Well, I got everybody there. So I'm like, Craig, let's go. And he's, you know, signing autographs or whatever he's doing at Lorain County, you know, boosting it all up, which is great. I was excited for him, you know? So I'm like, all right, we're headed back. So I'm like, everybody came back to my house. We unloaded my car. then we turned all the lights out. We hid everybody's car behind the shop.
So he didn't think anybody was there?
Because I told him, I said, we'll have a party when we get back. And he goes, he's like, him and Matt, cousin Matt, come in. Where are these guys at? Like, they didn't even want to have fun and have a party with me. Well, then they heard me laughing.
Yeah.
And Craig's like, what are these goofballs? What's that goofball dad's doing in the, And he opened up the door. They were all there.
You're all there, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like so bummed out. He's like, you guys don't want to
I win a championship and I
you
don't
guys
get
don't
no
want to
party?
hang out with me or anything. So it was kind of fun. But we like hit our vehicles.
Yeah.
He thought that we just didn't care.
It's pretty cool you got a relationship with your kids like that, though.
Yeah, they make fun of me all the time. It's okay.
Bill, with you, because I mean, this is just not about Kenny, but I want to bring you in this too, man. What got you into racing at Paynesville?
Timmy.
Was it really?
Yeah, my dad was a drag racer at Thompson.
Okay.
And I remember going out with my dad, and it felt like we were there all day. And he made one pass, and I thought he won.
Yeah.
He pulls up on a trailer. I said, where are you going? He's like, I broke out. I'm like, what?
That was it?
I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean broke out? I had no clue what it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, you beat that guy to the finish line. He's like, I broke out of my time. And then Timmy took me to Paynesville. Remember I said about the little boy in the stands getting a little wood?
Yeah.
Swing.
Just
Here I am
fell in love
watching,
immediately?
watching Mark Colgrove and all those guys just have at it, And I said.
But what year was that? Do you remember?
First time I ever worked was about 73.
Damn, you are old, bro.
Yeah, 62, brother. In March.
Damn, he's old.
So
was it dirt? I'm kidding.
Well, technically, yes.
Probably a quarter mile.
Because it was pretty bad there back in the day. The wall was kicking more dirt out than you could keep on the racetrack. But so when I decided to race, I owe my racing really to Timmy Lohr, Dwayne Bates, Fred Bates, and John Sable and Kurt Wells. They were always with me for all the years. Eventually, Dwayne and I went our separate ways. Dwayne kept racing and had a nice, successful career.
Yeah, sure did.
But so I decided I was going figure eight racing because I sat there and I said, wait a minute, I can get a trophy or I can get, I think it was $150.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm going to get $150. So the first car I owned, I let somebody drive it. Guy was named Jimmy Watson, 450 pounds. Dodge Monaco. He could
450 pounds?
Yes. He could sit in the intersection, rips the car in half.
Oh.
I'm like, I can do that. So I kicked him out. I got a Chevelle and started doing it, So I never raced anywhere for championships. I did it one time in the American Truck Series. And I got to the banquet and they took 350 points away from me.
Why?
Because I had raced a competing series. They thought I was racing in my truck. I was racing Mike Kern's Chevy. Mm-hmm. They thought that I had taken my Ford body, which was a truck that Kenny had that kicked everybody's asses. They thought I took my Ford body off, put a Chevy body on to go win a race at
They think you're going to do all that work?
Yeah.
Come on.
So literally, I got to the banquet. They pulled me aside and they say, we got a problem. I said, what's the problem? Well, we got to take 350 points away from you. Why? You ran in a competing series and you won the race. What the hell? Long story short, the father was running the division. The son finished second.
Oh boy.
1, 2, boom. So I've only raced for points one time.
Yeah.
I've never been a point
They
racer.
never rectified that? They let it go like that?
They let it go. Because that it was just a scenario. My father, son were going to go 1, 2, and I went 3.
Did you enjoy Paynesville? Did you like the?
I left Paynesville. I left Paynesville, I think 92.
Yeah.
No, 91, I think it was. Went to Lorain. And the first car Timmy built me, man, we stomped a mud hole in their asses. I could go third groove with that car, flat out, 9-to-1 motor. My motor at Lorain was my figure 8 motor.
Oh, wow.
I have never owned an illegal engine ever in my life. So Timmy builds me this 9-to-1. We're at Lorain turning 8,200.
In a figure 8 motor?
An old figure 8 motor.
Wow.
And just screaming by everybody on the outside.
Yeah.
Dwayne Workman with his big motor. Matt Hutter was there. We're just out cornering them.
Does anybody know what happened, Matt? Did he just stop racing completely?
No. Well, yeah, he stopped completely.
He's a drag racer.
He's a drag racer now. And
he switched back. He went back to drag racing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I did that primarily, but then I raced with Kenny in the American Truck Series, and me and Kenny traveled everywhere down to, like he said, down to Texas, Florida, South Boston. Quick story on Kenny at Louisville. Kenny destroys the field. They had a rule in American Race Truck. If you won 3 races, they would come take your motor. They
What?
they give you a loaner motor to go back home with. So you have a loaner motor. They give you a loaner motor.
Yeah.
They
Came out
send
of
your
junkyard.
engine. They send your engine to a independent engine builder.
Yeah.
He tears it down, decides if you're legal or not. So Kenny decimates the field at Louisville.
On 7-cylinder.
Yeah.
Wow.
When they go to take his engine, they pull the valve cover off and 2 rocker arms fall off into the guy's hands. And the people standing there are like,
You know he's cheating now.
you're fucking kidding me.
So you had 2 rockers off.
But
you
we weren't
kicked their
cheating.
ass.
What we did, the guy who owned the truck, his name was Bob Beckstein. Bob got on the phone with Ford SVO. The rule in that series was if GM made the part, you could run it. If Ford made the part, you could run it. Dodge made the part, you could run it. So Bob gets on with SVO. They say, okay, buy these GT40P heads, buy this cam, buy these set of rods, buy this, and this. So that's what Bob did. So when they pulled his motor, sent it to an independent guy, we show up in Texas.
No, Toledo the next week.
No, Texas for Nationals is
Oh,
where.
the Nationals.
Yeah,
Okay.
Texas for
Okay.
the Nationals, Eddie Van Meter, who was usually the competition that we had to run against.
Yeah.
He comes over and goes, hey, man, sorry to hear about you getting disqualified. Me, you're kind of like, what do you mean got disqualified? Oh, I heard your rods were illegal. Kenny's like, funny, I got all the rods.
Wow.
I got all the
They
parts.
pulled every rod, every piston, took them off the rods,
Are you
and
kidding
handed
me?
them
Yeah.
back to us in boxes.
It's like 3 days before we got to leave for
They,
the next
they
race.
were hoping that we wouldn't get it back together.
Yeah.
They were-
So were you DQ'd?
No,
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 never got DQ'd.
never
Wow.
got
But
DQ'd. We
that's-
won like 14 races that
Yeah.
year.
Was Bob the guy? Was he out of Columbus?
No, Bob
was out
Beckstein
of
was
Norwalk.
Fremont.
Norwalk.
Norwalk.
Okay.
Norwalk.
Norwalk.
He owned the trucking
Yeah.
company in Norwalk.
Okay.
So another quick story. We go to leave, I think it was for Bearfield. We go to leave for Bearfield and the truck wouldn't go up the ramps.
Oh, and the motor locked up. The transmission locked up.
Yeah. So Kenny's on the phone calling around this guy down the road as a junkyard. You tell the story.
Yeah, half a mile down the road, a guy has a junkyard, and I know him. It's Saturday, late afternoon,
Late at night.
We never been. No, it was Angola. We never been to Angola. I've never
Mhm.
seen the track.
Yeah.
So we go down there, and Paul's like, come here, Kenny. You know, he's my neighbor. Come here. I got just the transmission. We were running automatic transmissions, and they pulled the torque converter off.
So it came out of Granny's station wagon.
Yeah, it came out of a Granada or something. He goes, this is the one. It was a C2 or something. we were
C4.
running. C4, okay. So he's like, this is what you want. We didn't check the oil in it. We didn't do anything.
Well, wait a minute. That's not true. We picked it up and all the water come running out of it.
Yeah.
It was full
Wait,
of
water came
No,
out of the
that's right.
transmission?
It was
Yeah.
absolutely packed full of water.
It was sitting on a pallet.
It was sitting in water.
Yeah, in water on a pallet.
Wow.
That's right. I forgot.
We
about that.
changed. We didn't change the filter.
Okay, just
We simply just drained it out as best we could.
Wow.
Pumped some fluid in it. Ran some fluid.
Shut
out,
it up
pumped
in there.
shut it up.
we started the engine up, and Timmy Showalter was with us then.
Yeah.
We get to Angola, and they're like, "You guys are late." We're like, "Yeah, we know we're late. We're just getting here. We want to qualify." Okay, we'll let you qualify. They're like, "Go ahead, get in the truck. You got to go now." I get in the truck. I'm like, "Dude, I haven't even seen the track. I don't even know what the track looks like."
Yeah.
Timmy, I'll never forget. Timmy runs up there and goes, "Just drive it like Lorraine. It looks just like it." I'm like,
Angola?
yeah, Angola. That's what he told me. He goes, "It's just like Lorraine." I'm like, "All right." And I think we were fast qualifier.
Yeah, fast qualifier.
We come out.
Wait a
we come
minute.
on the
Fast
track.
qualifier?
Yeah,
We come on the track and they gave us a green flag because he came on the pits. The only difference at Lorraine is you came straight out of the ninth
Yeah.
at Angola, and you had a bit
In
right.
Angola, you pull on the track and you got the green.
You got the green when you come around.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, all right, just give her hell, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we end up winning that race.
Yeah.
We left that transmission in there for the next
Almost the whole
the
season.
whole season. We never pulled it out.
But you know
it's-
how? Remember how Josh?
I got to stop you real quick.
Yeah.
Lisa Phillips
Oh no.
says, ask Kenny about leaving his son's wedding to race. You left your son's wedding to go race, bro. First of all, what car were you racing? What kind of car?
Modified.
Modified?
This
Okay.
is not that many years ago. So, first of all, it was like Tim Ice said to me, and he told them one day at Midview, "Who gets married in the summertime?"
Exactly.
You know he races
On a Saturday.
Tim Ice was sitting there telling him, "What is wrong with?" He's looking at Curtis because he's known the boys since they were little.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember Tim Ice was like, "What's wrong with you? You know your dad races.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
get married in the summertime." So, anyways, we were racing for modifieds, and I'm like, I race.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
go over there and I qualify
Where to?
at Lorraine.
Lorraine, okay.
And we lived in Vermilion, and then the wedding was in Vermilion.
Okay.
So we ran back home. We did the wedding thing, or rather, you know, and I missed the rest of hot laps. I missed the
Hold
heat
up a
race.
second, though.
I
So
missed all that.
when were you leaving the wedding? What part of the wedding did you leave? Like, was it the middle of the reception, the beginning of the reception?
Oh, no.
Or did you
What was
run?
going on?
Or did you run out the church and say, "Hey, son"?
No, they got married in the backyard.
Okay.
I think I did see that part. And then then I think I seen that, but then they hustled me into a pickup truck or something.
Yeah.
And I was like putting my fire suit back on in the back seat. And I got back there and it was one of those 50 lapper. That's why I didn't want to miss it.
Yeah.
And so then I won the 50 lapper.
Whoa, wait a second. Whoa.
So we brought
So
the
you
trophy
leave
back.
the wedding and
Yes.
you win the
love it.
freaking 50 lapper?
Yes. Well, I mean, if you come second, you just don't go back. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you come back with a trophy, it's okay.
Yeah.
They give you a pass,
Wow.
right? So I come back with a trophy, and I'm like, all right, let's start dancing or whatever the hell you guys want to do here.
So
you know?
you go win the 50 lapper.
Yes.
You load the car back up and you go back
race
home.
to
And your kid's standing there. You get out and show.
My boys were laughing their ass
So
off.
you just get out and say, "Look what Dad just did. Hey, I won."
And then I think she was like, "Of course he won," or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got one of those, you know. I'm like, I was worth it. I didn't come back and tell you I got second.
Could you imagine? But that's a story your kids are going to tell your grandkids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all going to be, you know what Grandpa did one time? He left us while we were.
We were supposed to be having this wedding, and hey, I'm with everybody else. You don't have anything. It's been November and March or April.
It's the most
Well,
truest
that's not
statement
true anymore, though. Your side-by-side trips, you could be gone on a side-by-side
Yeah, I
trip
could
now,
be,
too.
But you know what? Back in our day, remember, and I don't know if you had this at Lorraine or Sandusky, but we had couples getting married on Saturday nights at Painesville Speedway, right there in the figure
Mhm.
eight. They would get married.
Yep.
Like race, I mean, you could at
Yeah.
least threw the racing in there at the track a little bit.
I don't think that was going to fly with her.
No.
I don't think so. She wasn't that into racing. To have the wedding there.
Could you imagine, what do you think she said to your son when you were leaving? You think she said something like,
No,
"Is your
they
dad?"
expected it.
I
I guarantee you. They
I don't think
expected it.
anybody was shocked. I think
No,
it was
But
just.
she had to say something to him, like, "Is your
Yeah.
dad really leaving?"
No, I think
I'm
it
her
was,
favorite father-in-law. That's
it was all
I would go with.
preset. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I mean, she knew, and she didn't understand it. You know, she's like, huh, "Your son's wedding." I'm like,
You know, let's see.
Peace out.
Anybody else?
Brian said, wasn't it championship night and you came back for the feature?
"Yeah, but it was a 50 lapper.
Was it really?
It was worth it. It was.
And then earlier, Curtis Phillips said, Kenny, don't be mad that Craig was faster than you.
Oh.
Oh, but I think I won though, right?
Probably
That's all,
did.
that's all that matters. I could be faster only once. I still had the trophy.
When did you? So people that are out there tuning in for the first time, Kenny Phillips is one of the best racers around here that's come out of the Midwest. I don't know why you never made it to NASCAR, but we'll get to that here in a second. But
Be honest.
yeah, I want you to be straight up. Listen, I asked Rusty Adams one time, and Charlotte was sitting behind me. I was getting ready to drive the Maneater car that night at Lorraine, and I said to Rusty Adams, "Why don't you go to NASCAR?" And before he could get it out, Charlotte said, "Family comes first."
Yep.
That's it. And I didn't. I wanted to hear it from Rusty, and Rusty goes, "What she said. My kids were the
That's how it
priority."
was. My boys were my priority.
Yeah,
I was a single dad,
yeah,
and it was just hard to uproot when I was using my mom and them and all my family to help me raise them, and my aunt, because I worked, a lot of hours throwing garbage, and then to provide for them. But then, on the weekends, well, I had them because they were all living here.
And just so you know, Kenny, who'd you work for years?
Well, it was BF5 as for public services.
Yeah,
it was BF5 back in the day.
Yeah.
I'll still always call it BF5.
But you were the guy that went up and down the streets
Throwing garbage. Yep.
So-
He was running an ASA race at Montgomery.
Yeah.
He got spun to the infield, and Buddy Baker termed in the garbologist.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, I was called a garbologist. Buddy Baker was great in ASA. Yeah, he always called me I was
Garbologist.
what do you call me? The fastest garbage man in the
fastest
country.
garbage
Did he
man in the
really?
country.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, Buddy Baker was so cool.
So at Lorraine, running, let's say Lorraine, Sandusky, Salem, Winchester, Angola, Toledo, what was your biggest race in just a regular street stock or sportsman before you went into late model racing? Or did you just pretty much stay around Lorraine and Sandusky for the street stock years?
I probably right after I got I ran a Liberty Ford with the late model. I'm
going to get there in a second.
Yeah,
I'm
we
going to
ran
get
a
there.
little while for that. But then when I started driving for Gene and Bob for Lloyd Motors with Timmy.
Okay.
That was this car in '93. That biggest race we won was Barberton.
How did you feel running pink on the car?
It's magenta.
You can call it whatever you want, Kenny. It's pink at the end of the day.
We even, one of the guys.
Who decided that?
Gene and Bob. I didn't know. I had no decision on it.
Yeah.
They had a guy that airbrushed my helmet.
Oh, wow.
And it had pink. It was a full face helmet and blue metallic.
Oh, wow.
Checkered through it. It was really cool. I still have it.
Was it Nick Pastura?
Wait, didn't he just tell us he didn't have any of that?
Yeah.
That helmet, it'll fit you.
That head one don't fit you.
Before we get to that, because I want to
fit
get to your late model racing and all that and where you've gone, let's talk a little bit about Timmy. Now,
he's awesome.
Now, listen, I don't know Timmy the way you guys know him. Just see him every once in a while, say hi to him at a track. You don't even say hi back to you.
I was going to say, there's no waste as high.
No. I just hi and just walk by and he just.
That's a good thing for you just to do.
Yeah, I just keep going. I'm not. But the guy, how do I say this? He's a legend in our sport. I know he doesn't realize that.
Oh.
I know he doesn't realize of all the people that he's helped.
Right.
All the racers he's put in victory lane, all the good or bad racers that have moved on and tried to go on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, last year, I was telling you guys off the air, last year, I seen him helping Eddie and Eddie said something to him and Timmy was like, well, you fucking do it then or whatever. But how do you get a guy like that to keep going, to keep him motivated? Because guys like you and I and Bill, sometimes we take that personal when someone's yelling at us like that. But a guy like Timmy with the knowledge that he has could have probably went to NASCAR and crewed NASCAR teams.
Yeah,
he actually had offers to go there.
Yeah, he would have been. He would have been really good at it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been a guy you took to the track.
Yeah,
you don't take him to the track. You just leave him back at the shop.
Yeah.
And you just leave him alone. And you give him a little cubby hole over there.
Yeah.
And then when you got back from racing all weekend, tearing shit up, he would have all your shit fixed that you just tore up, and then look at you, go, oh, stupid driver. I got another one to work on all week. But that's what he would love that. He would have loved that.
But how do you guys back then? Let's say 20 years ago, because 20 years ago he was freaking like you would hear him yelling.
Yeah.
You would hear him and turn around. You just don't go over there.
Yeah.
But how did you develop that relationship where you guys had an understanding?
Well, he's related to me, so he doesn't have a choice.
So, but
he
still,
has
at the end of the day,
he didn't have a choice.
At the racetrack, he's still Timmy, the crew chief. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so how do you get him, or did you guys have to adjust to him?
You adjust to him.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. You just understood how he was.
Yeah.
I mean, no different. He had to understand how I was. You know what I mean? He understood and he respected me. And, we went to Barberton and, he told me I couldn't drive there. I wouldn't be worth a shit. And then we go there after anyway. And then the second day we show up, he come back here to the shop, changed all the springs in the car. I didn't even know this. And told me, go out there and hot lap. I'll be back at the trailer when they bring it back on a record.
What?
And I'm like, what? He goes, I've changed every single thing on this car.
Yeah.
So don't try to wad it up too bad. I'll be back here at the trailer.
Uh-huh.
And then later that night, I won the race. The 75.
Did you really?
I won the 75 lapper. But he just could do that kind of stuff. But that was you're going to wreck that shit. But he had a lot of respect.
Yeah.
And I didn't worry about it. I'm like, I don't give a shit if he changed all the springs on it. I just I just get in there and grab the steering wheel, and do what he says. Shut up and turn left and go. That's what I did with him. And but we understood each other. It took a couple races because he thought I was a spoiled brat that drove for Liberty Ford and I got everything I wanted and I still wasn't winning all these races.
But at the track, was he rough on you guys at the track? So if he's rough at you at the shop, is he worse at the track?
His big thing was, we don't need to be working on this thing at the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
We need to work on this stuff in the shop. We shouldn't be scrambling.
He was rough on you as a driver.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what happened on the racetrack, you don't know how to fucking drive.
Yeah, I can be 10 seconds in the lead. Yeah, I'm dying.
Yeah, you could have did 12.
But what were you doing on lap 32? I said, I don't know. Maybe I took a nap. I don't know. What were you doing? I don't know what 32 was. It was a 100-lap race, Timmy.
But he remembers that stuff. If you come in on a 50 lapper, he would say to you, "What the hell happened on 32?"
Two things I'd like to say. One, we had dinner with him tonight before we came here. I tried to get him in here. We even threatened to handcuff him.
Listen, man, I would have loved to have him in here, but I'd have been intimidated as hell, to be honest with you, man. Nobody intimidates me but him.
We would have sat over there and just watched.
He said, nobody likes me.
Mumble in the background. Shut the fuck up.
He says, nobody likes me. Nobody gives a shit about me. And I don't give a shit about anybody. So I'm not going. So anyways, he's
absolutely wrong. I mean, he is the most talked about guy.
He asked Kenny if he happened to have any Victory Lane pictures. Timmy's only been known to be in Victory Lane one time.
Really?
He never was a man to ever go to with
really.
Yeah. I have him in Victory Lane, but on a week I came back from jail after I had won a feature. My motor blew up, so for the feature picture, we towed out onto the racetrack with a tow bar.
Did you really?
Yeah, and Timmy was a flagman at Painesville. A lot of people don't know that Timmy was a flagman.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
could you imagine him being a flagman? Oh my God!
So I have a picture of Timmy handing the flag to me, which is my cherished picture. I actually have it.
Is he wearing white pants?
No. Back in the day, you get I think it was 20 by 30 posters
from
the concession stand. I have one of those with him. But the other thing I want to say, every modified in this area, every street stock in this area, and hell, even some 4-cylinders in this area have a little bit of Timmy Lore in them somewhere.
They've been touched. Somehow
if they weren't
touched.
Yeah, it's kind of like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's the 6 degrees of Timmy Lore.
Last year at Lorraine, at the Trident, I had a push. It was bad. I went up to Potter's. I had talked to him. And Lorraine's my track. I won a lot of races at Lorraine, a lot of races. And getting these cars now, they're completely different. Even the feel of them, I'm the kind of guy that races with his ass. I feel the back of the car. I feel what's going on. And I could not get rid of this push. And Potter's, they looked at me and goes, you can go talk to Timmy. And
you know how old Ed's car is, don't you?
Hold on, let me finish this. I got to finish this real quick. I look over at Timmy sitting in the trailer, and the thought didn't even cross my mind to walk up to him and go, hey, man, I got a really bad push. But I think Ed was setting me up. I think Ed was pushing me to go.
And you never did it?
Hell no. I walked out and I drove the rest of the night with a badass push.
You might have been pleasantly surprised.
That's what the misconception is.
Yeah, you might have been pleasantly surprised.
I couldn't do it, man. He was sitting down in a chair, and I was like,
he's got that bulldog look to him.
But I thought about it for a second. You know how your brain goes, what's it going to hurt? And I looked over there, and he had that look on his face. I'm like, I can live with the push now.
But when you talk about how good he is, I don't know if you know the actual age of Ed's car.
I don't.
That is an original, I think, Canadian stock car products chassis.
What?
That thing sat for years in somebody's garage up on top of the bathroom, unbuilt. Those are those cars that you could buy right out of Speedway magazine back in the day.
I remember those.
Timmy took that car 2 years ago and did his magic to it, and Ed's fast.
Wow.
And that is an old Canadian stock car
Holy shit.
Kit car.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
That was my first roll cage, my first car. We bought a Canadian stock car product, roll cage. And we didn't buy the car, but we bought the cage. And then we see how far they were offsetting the cages back.
Yeah.
Everybody, you have the pillar post here, then your front bar was had a gap this big, it made it look like you're sitting in the back seat, but you really weren't. You were just moving you're trying to move the weight to the back. And our first car was that way.
And very little of Timmy's cars are store-bought components. Yes, you ordered a lot of modified parts.
Right.
But if Timmy needed to modify something, he didn't go and look for a modified part already. That man would sit there with a file and file 100 thou off of something. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And, use a little 90-degree grinder and just make all that stuff.
You would have been very surprised if you would have just walked.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, Kenny.
Kenny,
I wanted to because I wanted to win so freaking bad. I ended up finishing second because I couldn't catch the. I know, but I couldn't. The way Ed did it, too, because at Potter's Day was like, oh, go ahead.
Well, they were going to watch.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to watch.
I'm sure they were going to video me getting my ass chewed for bothering a guy.
But he might have been, I'm sure he would have been a way more than you would have thought.
Yeah.
He would have been.
So
he's really, he won't admit this. He's mellow. He's mellow.
That's mellow?
The hell he has.
I mean, he acts grumpy, but he's just a teddy bear.
So really before we get on to your career and late models and everything, I want to hear your most intimidating, scary Timmy Lore story. Something that he did. I'm going to ask you next, Kenny. Whatever he did.
So actually, this involves Rusty Adams. Also.
Okay.
So we were at Lorraine running my late model, and Jason Crancy, and Rusty was at the pit gate. So Jason Flagman, Rusty pit gate. Somebody had blown a motor and just covered the whole racetrack. And I was lollygagging around the back, just whatever. All of a sudden, I see Jason Crancy yelling at me to go, go, go. So I take off hauling ass. Rusty stops Jerry Owens at the pit gate. I didn't see it. I had Jerry Owens wide open. Never touched a brake. Oh, yeah. I got out of the car, dropped everything right there, walked to the pit, and Timmy ripped me up one side down the other. Don't you ever leave my fucking race car again. You ever do that again, I'll make sure you never drive a race car.
Oh, you got pissed and left the car. Oh, man. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
I almost killed Rusty. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
And I don't know why. My vision wasn't looking there. For some reason. I seen Jason just giving me the haymaker, get your ass going, get it. So like, take off flying, and never even seen him.
Holy shit.
Wide open.
So he yelled at you for leaving the car.
Up one side, down the other.
Wow. How about you, Kenny?
I think the worst one was the Sandusky Cavalcade. I think I was driving for Billy Campana. It was the black number 3.
Yeah.
Late model. And
the car was fast, dude.
Right. And so I was an idiot, and I stayed out all night in the campground.
Oh, no, Kenny.
Hanging out.
It's easy to do there.
And I don't know. I rolled home at 5 or 6 in the morning. Or something.
Shit.
And I had to be back there the next day. But I think we had hot laps done. And I think all we had to run was maybe one hot lap in the future. And I was not feeling very good. And I'm sitting in the trailer. And I had somebody walk up and look. So what time did you get home? Because I didn't leave till 4 and you were still here.
Oh, no.
In the trailer when Timmy was sitting there. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear one fucking word. Get out there and race that goddamn car. I don't want to hear one word
Did he really?
about anything. And he stomped out of the trailer like he didn't talk to me until after the race. Luckily, I won.
But Jesus Christ, you won that too?
Yeah, but I was, me and Marcus Melchiot got together on the first lap, and we both spun out. They put us both in the back, and then we marched all the way to the front.
Wow.
And he ended up second, and I ended up first.
This was at Sandusky?
Yeah, this was at Sandusky.
Wow.
Yep. And, but yeah, he was not.
Wasn't Marcus one of the most classy guys to race with?
Really cool.
He was so cool, man.
Yeah, he was. But we walked to the front. He just followed me to the front because they put me in the back. I don't know why, because they thought I spun him out. But we just went in the color. I think he ended up having a flat. So he had a flat. So he went in the pits. So we made us both start in the back. And it was like one lap into the feature.
Yeah, yeah.
So we just marched to the front, and we ended up just like, thank God, because he was not impressed.
So when you come back in, did he say anything to you?
No, it was real quiet. It was real quiet.
Wow.
And I just wanted to say, see, I can do this, you know?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was like, no, don't poke the bear.
Has he actually, if you want to race, has Timmy ever to either one of you guys went, great job?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he absolutely has. Yeah.
Not to you, Billy?
Not to you.
I'm family. You're not supposed to get that.
No.
Yeah. He won't let anybody else see it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he might sneak one over to me. He did pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you drove your ass off, Phillips, or something like that. But
so let's jump.
Okay.
So one day we see you racing at Lorraine and Sandusky, and then you disappear and you show up, you're racing late models and you're doing all this stuff. How did you get from where you were at to the Liberty Ford ride?
Well, I ran the stock car in 86, 87.
Yeah.
86, we ran, I think we went third in points. 87, we won like 11, 12 features.
Wow.
With some really great competition. Like I said, Jerry Owens and Westminster. They were the ones I can think of. Dave Franczyk was up there, of course. I can't think of who else was at that time.
Shit ton of people.
Boyd Martin and all them tough guys. And so we won. And then that's when Jim Herrick come to us and wanted to know if we wanted to build a car for Liberty Ford from a stock car. And then we started driving that.
So it was a late model?
No, it was a sports stock.
Oh, it was a sports
built
stock for Liberty Ford. Okay.
Yeah, we built a brand new. I think Kent Stauffer built it for us.
Okay.
We sold the other one. And we did this Liberty Ford deal. And then next thing you know, he goes, I want to race late models. So next thing you know, Jim is buying late models. And then,
well, the first late model you in with Liberty Ford, was that a template or was it an outlaw?
No, it was outlaw.
It was outlaw. Okay.
Yeah,
V6 outlaw.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was. Well, the 1 year we put a template body on for Toledo. What a mistake that was.
Okay.
We were so loose. We took that off next week. But that was an owner's great idea.
Yeah.
That was when WAV sponsors.
Okay.
That was why it was always Channel 4.
Yeah, Channel
Okay.
43.
Okay. So they had some kind of thing with Liberty Ford. So then we got the Outlaws. Well, then Jim Herrick become a relationship with Butch Miller. So Butch Miller had the relationship with Port City at Harley. So now we're buying all Port City cars. Of course, right?
Yeah.
And Butch,
which back then Port City was the top late model you could buy.
Right. So Butch would race the Busch Series race, and that was when it was like on Sundays. And then he would fly in, but I would hot lap one of the Liberty Ford cars. And that would be his. I would go hot lap his and mine.
He was basically setting up the cars for Busch.
Yeah, I would make
those were V6s back then, weren't
and
they?
some of them were V8s.
Okay.
Depends on if we could keep the motors together.
Yeah.
Most of the time at Toledo, we tried to run the V8.
Okay.
It just seemed to be
Marine was all V6.
Yeah, all V6. We get in the lead, I just put my hand on the toggle switch. It was probably going to blow up.
Really?
It just
Absolutely.
It did. We struggled, but they were great. They were spent a lot of money. We went to Hickory, North Carolina, where they were being built for a while.
Yeah.
And tested there just to see try to keep these things together, why they weren't holding together, all that kind of stuff. So I drove for them guys.
They didn't hold together because you didn't have a Hutter V6.
Yeah, that's exactly. So Butch treated me like a king. Like he had great respect for me. I love Butch Miller. He would like, it was funny because he liked real quick steering. So they would put a different rack on his car. And like you barely touch it and you're in the infield.
Wow.
Every time I hot lapped this car, the first time I went in turn one, I put it in the infield. The left front tire. And I'm like, why don't we just change the rack and put them on both cars?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to buy you or whatever. I'm like, well, you want me to hot lap his car, but you barely move it. And it's just, that's the way Butch liked.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But put it
because
on both
he came
of our
out of
cars.
the ASA.
Yeah.
He came
Just so
out
you
of-
can get used to it.
Yeah. So that's how he liked it.
Yeah,
you know? But he would like tell him, look, you need to listen to this kid. And then I got to the point where they just kind of like didn't want to listen to me.
Oh, shit.
And Butch would tell him, he can drive. You need to listen. Just a kid.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 80. That was 80, 90. I would have been, I was born in 62, so I was 28.
Yeah.
So that our deal dissolved in 92. It just dissolved. So I tried to buy my own car. I had some friends. We made like 2 races, broke a motor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm done. And I always knew Gene Clark from Lorraine.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do. I'll go over there and watch the races. So I told Gene, I said, hey, I broke my car. Because he always told me, Kenny, when I was driving for Liberty Ford, you're going to drive one of my cars. I'm like, I got this Ford deal. I can't.
Yeah.
Someday, you're going to drive one of my cars. So I went over there. I'm like, I ain't got no car. So I'll just hang out with you guys. And I still did not know Timmy. Wouldn't know him if he was sitting in the pits.
Yeah.
But Denny Vargo was driving, and he had a super late model. And then Denny was also driving this car.
Oh, wow.
So, he was jumping from car to car, which is a lot.
Yeah.
And so Gene's like, will you come drive this thing? I'm like, sure. I'll come drive this thing.
So that was an outlaw late model?
Yes.
Okay.
It was super.
They call it a super late model back then.
It wasn't a super late model. We still ran the 2 barrels.
Okay.
We still ran 2 barrels.
Outlaw bodies or tempo?
Well, it was
Outlaw
2 barrels.
bodies.
Okay, yeah.
Outlaw
2 barrels
bodies.
regular seasons. Your big shows, you were allowed to bowl a 4 barrel.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we were out. You had to run part of a stock front clip.
Okay.
And of course, our front clip was about yay long, right?
It had to be minimum 11 inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were.
So you were minimum 11
we were
inches.
11 inches, depending on how you move the tape measure. I'm sure. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
Timmy
yeah.
Lord. I don't know what they did. So I just drive. So I got there and I qualified good at Lorraine, and it wasn't like 2 laps in the race. I got whaled in the left front wheel, and it wasn't my fault. It was just a big crash. So I come in the pits, and I could tell the front wheels. I could hear them squall.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I come in. I felt bad. I'm like, all right, I'm fired again. Right.
Yeah,
I'm done.
right.
And Timmy's like, you got a bench strut. There ain't nothing I can do. Go back out there. I said, all right. So I went back out there, and I could literally hear the tires squall
You can hear.
in the corners. And that was when you had them open headers.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to run earplugs. That thing was so loud.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what I got 4th. I got back up to maybe
No
4th.
power steering either.
And no power steering.
Holy shit.
And I don't know. I think it just flipped the switch, and like Timmy kind of looked at me and said, I guess he's not a punk.
Yeah.
He is a determined little asshole.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's not. So the next week, Gene calls me up. He's like, hey, Timmy wants you to come up. He wants you to scale in the car.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, where do I go? So that's when they had that Lloyd Motors.
Oh,
up in
yeah.
Wycliffe.
Yeah, yeah.
So I go up there and Gene's like,
Which is this car?
This is this car. Gene's like, it'll be all right. I'm like, you sure? He's like, I mean, sure you're not gonna yell at me? I mean, I reckon he put something to get extra traction, like a little bit longer bar on the center link. He had to change a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
He changed a bunch of things because I told him it needed more front bite.
Yeah, yeah.
And he changed a few things. He did a lot of work. And after that, he's just like, you know, I mean, he grazzes me all the time, but
Right.
But he just, I think he realized I just drove for all the car gave me. If it was loose, I just drove it for all she was worth.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't. It's too late to complain. I'm not coming in the pits. They don't give a shit. They're eating ice cream or whatever the hell they're doing over there.
Right.
Timmy, who knows what he's doing? He might be sitting in the trailer because he's watching me, not go as fast as I should be going.
Yeah,
whatever. So I mean, so that was kind of our thing, and then we just hit it off, and then I think it was Wednesday or Thursday night, I would drive to Lloyd Motors, and Gene and Bob at their shop.
Wow, that's so crazy.
They would Timmy make me sit in the car, have us on the wheel.
Don't you move.
Don't you move.
Not a toenail.
Feet are on the pedals.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
so he dialed you in like you were right there racing.
I wasn't.
Imagine if he had taken a phone in there.
Oh yeah.
This is before cell phones. I mean,
could you imagine though if you would have had a cell phone?
I would have been in there watching.
Hey, my wife's calling me. Hold on one second,
I've
Timmy.
been there watching TikTok or something like that. He'd be making fun of me or something,
No, you wouldn't be driving.
Yeah, I literally had to hold the steering wheel. Do you drive with your hands down on your legs? Well, I don't know, not usually. Well, then put your hands up there.
Did he really?
Yeah, that is no lie.
Holy
Quit
shit.
wiggling around in there. I'm not wiggling my ass itching. I don't know. Leave me alone. I'm just sitting in
Hey,
there.
Jerry, this is grain scales.
Yeah, this is grain scales.
Shit.
Timmy was the first to bring grain scales to this area.
God knows if I fell asleep, that was another world was coming to me. I literally had to have a helmet, everything. Like I was there.
Like you were there, yeah.
I was there. I mean, it was. I just thought it was funny. But
So
I mean,
did he have
I told him
ramps,
I
like
was-
you guys pushed things up on the scale,
No,
or
it
you
usually
jacked?
it got jacked up.
he
You jacked it up and laid them on the scale.
He jacked up and it sat on a set of steel pads,
Mhm.
and then it just rolled.
You can roll back
right,
off.
Wow.
right on the grain scales, and like don't move, Phillips.
Be honest though, when you seen the grain scales, what did you think?
Oh,
Well, back then, grain scales
was not that big of a deal.
Is that what people were
half the
using?
tracks
Yeah,
had
electronic
them.
hadn't come out yet.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
no, we had like
Well, they were.
Liberty Ford had. We had a set.
Yes, but you weren't going to
Yeah.
get Timmy to use
No,
electronic.
you weren't going to get Timmy. But
Yeah.
you know how many tracks have?
Yeah,
I mean,
every track had them,
had
yeah.
them. So I didn't really think too much of it.
Yeah.
Where was me to question him?
Right,
He was
right.
way ahead of me.
Yeah.
I was just a dumb driver. I whatever he wants to use. I mean, it seemed like a lot of work to me because I know we had digital ones at Liberty Ford, and to me, I was like, you just look at the numbers.
So where did you go? When did you go to Iceman? Start running Iceman series?
We ran 2 years with this car.
That was for Bob and
Bob
Gene,
and Gene.
then, and then Mark.
Mark got involved with the Iceman car with Timmy and Bob, and they were all involved.
Yeah.
In
More so on
94.
the Gene and Bob side.
Yeah, Gene and Bob. And then we ran Iceman 94, 95, 96.
Did you like the Iceman series?
Oh, best series ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, it was the best of the best in the
I mean,
Midwest race ad series.
Absolutely.
You had Ice and Freddie Campbell and Bruce
You name
Vanderlaan.
them, they were there.
And we didn't wreck each other.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember really, other than a back marker getting in a squabble. Us guys never. I mean, I got pictures of me and Dennis Barry and Ice and all of us, Tim Curry, all bullshitting.
How was Dennis Barry? Was he?
Oh, he's great.
Quiet guy, or
Oh, very quiet.
was he?
Very quiet. So there's a Timmy lore story. So we're in the Iceman series, and it was 96. And we were at Sandusky, which I should be able to come dominate, right?
Yeah,
My track. I was so loose, I couldn't hang on to it. It was just loose.
This is an Iceman car.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was on a Saturday night.
Okay.
The next night we were going to Toledo. So I am like loose. I end up running into somebody, busting the nose up. We had to go back to my house, work on the nose. And I just told Timmy, I'm on ice. The right rear, just like I'm spinning. I don't know what's going on with this car.
Yeah.
Well, finally, they were getting perturbed with me. We got to Toledo, and I was hanging out for dear life. I mean, literally hanging on. And I'm like, there's something broken in this car. Couldn't figure. Finally, Dennis Berry was my friend. I said, Dennis, man, do me a favor. He's like, yeah, I'll do anything. Will you jump in my car? Hot lap my car. I said, they all got respect for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And they won't have a trouble. I said, drive my car and tell me what is wrong, because I told them enough and they just don't know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
He jumps in, second lap, he spins out, coming off of turn 2 at Toledo Speedway.
Wow.
Spins around in the middle of the back straightaway doing 360s. And the one guy, and I don't remember his name, that could run into anything. You know what I mean? 15 minutes later, he'd run into you.
Yeah.
That guy's coming off turn 2.
Was that straight?
Not too far behind.
Was that Straley?
No, it wasn't sure. But this guy was coming, and I put my hands on like
And not
this.
Billy Bo.
I thought he was going to get T-boned. Somehow that dude missed him. Dennis started that car up and drove it right in the pits. Parked it there, got out and said, boys, there's something broke in the right rear. This thing is so loose. I don't know how he didn't spin out. I couldn't even make one lap when I spun out of this car. There's something broke in the right rear. They took the right rear shock off. It was coilover. Penske. Shock wouldn't move.
Oh,
It was locked up. Solid.
Holy shit.
There was a Bob from Penske was there, an older gentleman that he always took care of the Penske.
Yeah, he
shocks.
traveled with the series.
Traveled with the series. I took it over to him. I said, Bob, this thing won't move. He's like, well, that's not good. I said, no, not good at all. That's terrible. And I had already qualified. And so he took the shock apart, a seal locked up. And Bob's like, what are you guys washing this car with? I'm like, I don't wash the car.
Yeah.
I'm not even around the car. I show up on Thursday nights and they told me to sit in the car. I don't wash nothing.
Yeah.
I just drive. They were washing with something, and it made the seal shrink in the Penske shock. It locked the shock up.
Wow.
I was riding. That started on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Okay.
Wow.
So we put the shock back on, and I'm just like, whew,
Totally different car?
won by half a lap.
I was going
Are
to say,
you serious?
And I started because
are you catching the theme yet?
I started up front, and of course Harley, I'd seen Harley after the race. He goes, "Well, you started up front." I said, "Well, I had a broken shock."
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know, maybe 10th fastest.
So you probably
started maybe
would you run
9th.
100 laps at Sandusky with a broken
Yeah.
shock? Oh my God.
I mean, I looked like I never drove a race car in my life. I was out of control, bouncing off of people, fighting it, and I was like, didn't know what to do. Never dawned on me the shock would lock up, but that's what happened. The shock locked up, and we cleaned their clocks up at Toledo.
But guys like Timmy, unless you correct me, they always know their car is good.
Yeah,
It's never the car.
Oh no,
It's always
Yeah.
you, me, Billy.
I had to prove my point.
But
Yeah,
isn't
so I
that the way
proved my
he
point.
thinks?
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
he-
absolutely.
It's never the car, it's the driver.
I mean, if we would have had time to go home that week, if I would have been ugly all night at Toledo,
Yeah.
he would have found it.
Yeah.
Because he would have
Yeah,
tore it apart.
and-
He would have tore it apart so he figured out what
Right.
the hell.
That's
was
what I'll
going
say.
on.
At the track,
We
it's
just
a
didn't have
driver.
time.
Mhm.
But in the shop, you guarantee he's gone over
Yeah.
front to back
Yeah,
within
yeah.
100,000.
I never had a bolt loosen up, a nut loosen up, nothing ever. I didn't think I lost a pop rivet.
Wow.
You had to buy special pop rivets, right? I mean, I don't.
They had to be the AVEX
Yeah,
5 stars, and
yeah,
then when
yeah,
those
they-
couldn't come around, that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so he was setting his ways with the stuff.
Yeah.
But nothing ever fell off. I never worried about not having brakes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome.
What were you going to say, Bill?
When you talk about how he didn't make it further,
Yeah.
my regret as a team manager for Bullet Racing with Mark Milstein,
hmm
when we were looking for drivers, I probably could have walked into Mark because Mark was always a big fan of Kenny's. When they let Kenny go in favor of Scott Baker, it's because at that time, somebody within the team talked Mark out of Kenny,
Okay.
brought Scott in, and not that they were getting a slouch.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I love Scott. Scott taught me a lot. Timmy, my ability is based on Timmy Lower and Scott Baker.
Yeah.
Those two people are what taught me everything I know. And so we had Scott in the car. And then when Scott wasn't going to, the only reason Scott didn't drive for us any further is because Scott put so much time into race cars that he didn't like somebody rubbing him because it was like his baby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but we wanted to be competitive. We were competitive with Scott, but we weren't going to win a race just because of that particular reason. So when we were doing the driver search, my regret is I didn't walk into Mark and say, we're bringing Kenny back.
Yeah.
Because Kenny in that
Would he
series,
have done it if you would have went there and
absolutely.
said,
Oh, absolutely.
damn.
Yeah, that's a regret. I have 2 regrets of 2 drivers I didn't pick. 1, I didn't pick him, and 2, I didn't bring Eddie Van Meter.
Wow.
Either one of those 2 guys would have made us a dominant factor.
Damn, Kenny.
Yeah, me and him have a good time with the truck series. Tell him how you did my stagger in the truck series.
I kicked side of the wall. So
I know it's a little
Yeah.
hot in here, man. Can you turn the air conditioner on?
No,
A
because
little
you're going to
bit.
get all that sound in.
Wouldn't you rather have the sound?
We're losing weight.
Ah, damn, Laura, you got like 130 degrees.
We're
in it.
only on for like another 20 minutes.
Yeah,
You can-
whenever
you can
Kenny
make it.
would
We all need
Ask
to
me-
sweat off a couple
Damn,
pounds
yeah.
anyhow.
Kenny's like, I go out to the race shop, I lose freaking 20
I
pounds.
know. Well, we didn't get here early enough to get it cool. So yeah, we have to keep the AC.
whenever
on.
Kenny would ask me, hey, what's the stagger? I said, I went over to kick tire, go out and kick some ass. And that's basically what I did. So going back to the American Truck Series that me and Kenny were very successful in. And then I ended up successful.
Was the American
Kenny's
Truck
truck.
Series that art?
It was called ARTS, American
Oh,
Race Truck Series.
Okay, okay.
It was
They
a
were all-
105-inch
Chevy.
GM metric chassis. So
Metric
75 to 84, I think.
Okay.
One
But
company
basi-
build them all.
Yeah,
Okay, all
what
right.
is basically your street stock today.
Okay.
Right.
So the chassis was built, it was serial numbered. The engine had to be, if you were running a Ford, it had to be a 302 with a C4 automatic transmission. Chevy 305 automatic transmission. Dodge 318.
Jasper was
757.
building the engines at the time.
I was going to say, so you had to get the engine from Jasper?
No, you didn't
You
have
didn't
to.
have to, but that's how they sold them.
Okay.
They sold them with like a crate
As a
Jasper.
turnkey vehicle, I think it was $5,000.
12,000.
Was it 12,000?
Yeah, it was 12.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 12. It wasn't that
I
cheap.
never paid for
But
one,
it-
so I didn't know.
I never paid for one either.
So it was 12,000
I
as
had
a
owners.
turnkey. So Kenny's owner bought their show truck.
It was a
and-
Ford.
It was a Ford and it was labeled with Mac Tools on the side of it. So part of us kicking their ass was they thought we were sponsored by a national company.
They thought you were sponsored
Yes.
by Mac Tools?
Yes. But only reason it had Mac Tools on it is because Arts wanted to go after Craftsman and try to get somebody to go, Mac Tools. We
Hell
never
yeah.
received a screwdriver from Mac Tools.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Did
people-
it work?
Oh, yeah. People always thought that we were just so well sponsored.
Yeah.
And we had all
Wow.
this money and we didn't. But we had brains. And
Where did that series travel?
it had an east and a west and a south division. at the
Oh,
time.
okay.
We went to Texas.
Texas
we
was the
never
nationals.
unloaded the truck.
Yeah.
We were there for 3 days. It rained 3 straight days.
Oh, my God.
And
we had a
Austin, I
blast.
never got.
Oh.
Our truck and trailer sat in the water
Yeah.
the whole
Wow.
time. But we won at South Boston. We won.
Where did we win?
We won an IRP.
You won 13 out of 15 races.
Yeah,
One
we
season.
won IRP.
What do you think of IRP?
It was really cool.
I
Do
love
you
it.
like it?
We showed up. There was what 50 some
IRP at
trucks.
50,000. No,
Yeah.
30 some thousand.
35,000 people were there. It was
the night.
Wow.
It was GM night. They were give all the GM employees
Yeah, yeah.
like tickets, and they brought like
Is that like one of their Wednesday night shows or something like that they did?
Their Thursday night thunder
Thursday
stuff.
night
Yeah,
thunder
thir-
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
They brought like a big old trailer out in the front straightaway, and I literally drafted by the guy that won.
Did
I
you
literally
really?
just followed him down the straightaway, and I would just follow him like 2 laps in a row. And so all they could do is stare up there at me in the mirror.
Yeah.
And finally, they would just get out of the way, and I'd go on by.
Wow.
That's how I was passing guys. I would just like,
Did you like that place though? I mean, it's
yeah.
flat though, isn't it?
yeah, it's fine. It's a lot bigger than people think it is.
Okay.
Like in a modified, that was Craig's first race. They had room that we had two cars in the trailer. We took Craig there. He never drove a race car in his life.
Wow.
And it was IRP. And like he was in front of
his
me. in
first
high
track's
laps.
IRP.
Yeah, he was going in the corner, and I'm like, dude, come on, man. You take it easy.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
hoping he would take it. He was going way faster than I thought he should have been going.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like scared that he was gonna stuff it in the fence. 'Cause
Yeah.
He never been to a racetrack in that car.
Yeah.
I taught him how to drive a Burt transmission in the backyard.
Did you really?
Yeah, he didn't know how to drive one of those transmissions. I
Yeah.
learned to learn right here. Because now you're gonna look like a fool in
Yeah.
the pits. So he learned in the backyard how to, take off and then jam it into gear.
Yeah, yeah.
But back to the truck series, we were at Rockford. We won. South Boston was really cool. There was a lot of
There's
people
really
at South
honestly
Boston.
nowhere we didn't win.
Yeah.
Places that you won.
What's your favorite
Or
track
didn't
you
win.
ever won at? Like, if you could, of all the memories that you had, what is your fondest memory of your win at a track?
It's got to be Louisville with the truck on fire, trying to impress the TV.
Yeah,
That wasn't there.
That was a Thursday?
Kenny was driving his ass off thinking he was on TV, and the TV wasn't
The TV
broadcasting.
wasn't.
Wait, what?
We were supposed to be on ESPN that night,
Yeah.
So,
but for some reason they cut it off.
So we're back to Bob's story. So I never really flew on an airplane, maybe one time in my life. So Bob's like, and I'm still like throwing garbage, and I got to get to the airport after I'm done, and then they're taking the rig down to Kentucky,
Yeah.
and it was the old Kentucky where it had like five corners in it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was the old
It was
Louisville.
Louisville.
Speedway. So I get to the airport. I'm all by myself, and I'm trying to find my plane. And I'm going down through Cleveland. Every time I get, planes kept getting smaller. Like, we're running out of planes here. Next thing I know, I'm walking down on the tarmac,
Oh shit,
and they got propellers. And they're like, "This is your flight."
Kenny.
And I'm like, "I'm going to kill Bob Exie. If I live, I'm going to kill him because I don't know what is he doing to me on these planes." So I get on the plane, and there was like one row of seats here, one there, and I guess I had a ticket number, and I looked at the guy, and the guy's like, "They told us we could sit anywhere." I'm like, "Dude, I don't care. I'm just okay. I'll just go in the back."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I get in the back, and I'm right behind the motor, and it's all black from the exhaust.
Oh my God, Kenny.
This guy comes and sits beside. I guess there was two rows on one, two. I think two or two. This guy sits beside me, and he was a pilot. I can see his uniform. I'm like, he's putting earplugs in, those soft ones. I'm like, I'm not gonna snore. And he's like, "You see that black?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That's gonna be really loud." I said, "No wonder that guy didn't want to sit back
Yeah,
there."
yeah, yeah.
I said, "Are they gonna like pull on the propeller?" He's like, "Sometimes they have to." I'm like, "Oh my God."
Oh my God,
So
dude.
wait a minute. Let me cut your story off
Yeah.
because I know we're getting short on, a little bit
Oh,
short
you're
on
fine.
time.
You're fine. We can go over a little bit.
Would your favorite win actually be Showtime when we beat Yoho and the people were trying to climb over the tech fence to get to
that
us?
was kind of cool too. Yeah, but there was a lot of cool
Because
ones.
it wasn't just
Yeah.
Yoho, it was that girl who was coming up through the ranks. And she ended up winning the Snowball Derby one year.
Okay.
Tammy Joe or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
So you know who Yoho is.
He was out
He-
in Florida.
He runs Sunshine Speedway to
Okay,
this day.
okay.
What a showman! You talk about a crazy track
Okay.
promoter. This guy
Yeah.
would light his mom on fire to get people in the seats.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. So
He's quite the character.
well, Kenny was racing this because if you remember,
Yeah.
he told Kenny, "I'm just going to whip your ass because we're all the way from Ohio. This ain't
Yeah.
speed weeks.
Right,
We're
right,
just
right.
going down there and show
Just
these
go
boys
race.
who
We
they
just
are."
went down there to race.
Yeah. So he's telling Kenny, "I'm just going to whip your
300
ass.
degrees, by the
You
way,
wasted
in
your damn
August.
time.
Oh,
you know,
fuck August.
what the hell you doing here? You got no business here."
Yeah.
So Kenny's out there and Kenny just destroys him.
I got my visor up and my hand out the window, and I'm driving one hand because it was so stinking hot.
Wow, try and get that air to hit you
Yeah,
in the face.
just trying to get some air inside that truck. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
So
Yeah.
hot.
Yoho goes into the pits or Yo whatever his
Yeah,
name
right.
was. He goes into the pits and he gets a new tire and he comes out. And now he's trying to wreck Kenny every lap.
Was he really?
Yeah,
It didn't work.
it didn't work.
So then we go to the
Way
tech
better than
shed,
he was.
and his crew guys are now that racetrack. Their tech thing has literally 8-foot tall fences. People are crawling up the fence, yelling at him and me.
So remember what I told the guy? So why don't you just walk around the end and come inside?
The ends
It
are
was,
open.
it was like 10 feet
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I said, why don't you just walk around the end?
Yeah,
They're open.
because he
The
didn't
guys are
want to.
crawling
Yeah.
over.
So then then they put me on a plane, flew back to Toledo because I raced the Iceman the next day.
Yep.
I was like, thank God.
So you won that race.
Yeah, then I flew back and ran Iceman. I didn't win that one. I don't know what I did up there, but back to the Louisville. So Bob's got me on this plane, and I'm just like, chuk, chuk, chuk. I'm like, what the hell? I get down there, we land. So he's like, take a taxi. This green big old Impala pulls up. He's got taxi on it. I'm like, cool. Get in there. I was like, take me to Louisville Speedway. So he's driving, and he's like, so you're a jockey, huh? Which horse do you ride?
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh shit.
No.
I know I'm small, but holy crap. And I had my bag, my gear
Yeah,
bag
yeah,
with
yeah.
me. He thought it was a jockey.
That is
I
the
said,
funniest
no,
shit, bro.
I know I race cars. He goes, oh shit. Does a U-turn through the median strip. He's like, I was going the wrong way. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow,
I
dude.
will kill Bob when I get here. And I go, Bob, just don't ever, not another Thursday night.
So you won that race?
We won that race, and they pulled our motor
Imagine
out
that.
with a wrecker before we left.
So what were you talking about, the ESPN thing?
So ESPN, so there was midgets there that night.
Yes.
And the kind with wheels. So they were there, and it was one of the USAC shows, and it was part
Yeah.
of their Thursday Night Thunder stuff that they did.
Yeah.
And they had promised the art series that they would get TV time. So Kenny's literally running out there, literally putting on a show thinking that he's getting some TV time.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, man, that's going to look good on TV. I go, Kenny, they were packing up cameras as we were.
Oh, Kenny. Oh, so none of it got on it?
No,
None of
no,
it.
Oh,
no.
None of it.
But it was funny because we have a rocker arm. You weren't allowed to run screw-in studs or whatever, or with the locking. So you had to run stock rocker arms.
As long as it was a Ford Chevy.
Right.
Part number.
But we couldn't keep this one set of rocker arms on. So my dad took a chisel and beat on the threads. He goes, I'm telling you, that rocker arm was not falling off of the feature. About halfway through the feature, I hear this.
oh.
I'm like, oops. I think the rocker arm fell off.
You got faster.
But I just kept going. We just
Yeah.
smoked them. So I come in. I told my dad, I said, hey, freaking rocker arm fell off. He's like, are you shitting me? I go, Dad, I'm on 7 cylinders.
And here comes the tech guy.
So the
rolling
tech guy
engine
comes
hoist
over there, and my dad's like, he's like, you watch this? He's on 7 cylinders. And they're like, oh, you're so full of shit. Pull the rocker arm off.
And it was right there.
Yeah, they were
What'd
laying
they
there.
say?
You guys are cheap for sure now. And then out the motor goes, and
So do you get a motor for the next race?
Yeah.
They give you, was it just as
gave you
good?
an-
no.
It was something
Damn.
somebody had already
But they didn't
used.
need to take the pistons off the rods. They took
Yeah, yeah.
then we sent them all the way to Indianapolis. Bob's wife went all the way to Indianapolis and came back, and they were missing 2 connecting rods and 2 pistons when they got back.
They did it on purpose.
Absolutely.
They did that on
And
purpose.
because we did the GT40 heads, so the independent inspector of the engine was Indy cylinder heads. So next thing you know, Eddie Van Meter's located in
Yeah.
Indianapolis. So they go to Eddie and say, oh, these guys got the GT40P heads. So he kind of campaigns with the series to get the Vortec head now on a 305. And that got him a lot more even to us. But they're the ones that spread the word of what we figured out.
Yeah,
Wow.
we figured it out.
And again, it was legal.
We
'cause it was a
almost
Ford
we
part.
come this close to building those chassis.
Did you really?
We had talked about opening up a shop and building them.
When the series dissolve?
I'm gonna.
We started in 97 or-
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2002, 2003.
Did it
The
just,
trucks still exist. There's a bunch of them still running in Florida. There are some
Yeah.
running the West Coast. As a matter of fact, the Ford that we ran, it actually won a championship 2 years ago.
down in Florida?
Yeah, down in
Oh,
Florida.
wow.
Without me?
Without you.
What's up with that?
Yeah, without me.
See, you set the truck up for him, man.
Yeah.
So of all your racing, and I like to ask people this, that especially drivers, there's a moment in your racing career that you go, man, I freaking made it. I'm running with these guys, man. When would that be?
Probably Iceman.
The Iceman series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winning at Toledo,
Yeah.
winning at Bearfield in the Iceman series against Freddie Campbell and all them heavy hitters. That's when I'm like, I can drive these things.
You know, for people that are watching tonight too, that don't know the Iceman series, it was the late model
Yeah.
series back in the 90s.
they're a V8,
Yeah.
9-to-1 compression, and 390 carburetors. And we also had a Ron Hutter motor.
Oh, did you
Originally, it was
really?
named
Yeah.
after the champion each year.
Yeah,
and then
eventually
eventually,
it used to be like the Vanderlaan series. and
Yeah,
it was,
yeah. But
then
Timmy
it was-
won the damn
yeah.
thing so many times.
Well,
turned it into
it was
the Iceman
just his name was so cool.
Yeah,
Iceman
yeah.
series.
yeah.
You know, once Timmy won it, everybody's like, just leave it at that, you know, because we really liked the name.
How about where would you have wanted to go with racing? How far would you have wanted to?
I would have liked to drive a Busch car.
Really?
I would have really liked to drive a Busch car. Just to
Like the
Because I think-
V6 Busch car or the
Oh,
updated V8 Bushes
eh,
that,
either one.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I would like to, I think the detuned one, the better,
yeah.
because I felt like I was really good on the Iceman series, and I thought I could drive these kind because I felt like I could manhandle
Yeah, yeah.
and maybe an Earnhardt style manhandle.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, that's what I liked. So, you know, Iceman, you could still manhandle them a little bit, but you know, didn't have the crazy horsepower that you're on, but you had enough to pull up on people.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? You weren't like a crate motor where you're just stuck. You
Yeah.
come off the corner 2 feet apart and nobody's
You're
moving-
there.
Nobody's moving anywhere,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
These still had acceleration, you know, and you still had to get forward bite and you still had to do it. But it wasn't like an open crazy motor,
Yeah,
you know. Plus we were running template when we went to those templates.
yeah.
That really changed, I think, some of the drivers. Some of them did not adapt to
No.
template.
It made
Not
that
while
much
they
of a
model
difference.
template.
Oh, absolutely.
It did, especially like at
Oh.
Toledo. It made a
Oh,
huge
yeah,
difference.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Big difference. Yeah,
you had to drive the car now.
Yeah, yeah.
Before you had all that downforce.
Yeah, you were just like down on the ground, like
Yeah.
you know, that big wide body and how wide can you make it? You had a template you had to follow.
Yeah.
You know, and you only had so much on your spoiler.
How about I'd like to know your most disappointing moment in racing. Like maybe a last lap, the motor blew, or you had a race one and something happened.
Well, Curtis beat you.
You got to have a moment where you look back and you go, son of a gun, I could have had this one.
Gosh, you'd say that, but I can't remember a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the boys talk to me
Yeah.
and they remember stuff like, hey, Dad, you remember when I was USA top qualifier at Sandusky? And I'm like, no, I only remember what I do. I don't know. But I don't.
It has to be a loss to Baker somewhere along
What's
the line.
that?
It has to be a loss to Baker somewhere along the line. When you guys had your heated rivalry.
I think there's a couple times at Sandusky I lost races that I thought, man, this is my track.
Yeah.
I think I was disappointed I didn't win more in a late model at Sandusky.
Yeah.
And, when I did with this car, I was fine. But when I was with Liberty, I thought I should have won more races.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really did. I thought I should. We went to Columbus in 93, and we followed the guy.
Liberty never gave you an opportunity to jump in a truck back then to even try it?
No.
Damn, man, I would have loved to see you in a truck back then.
I just didn't work out. But we went to Columbus in 93 and I was following the guy and it said 1993 track champion. It was from Columbus. I can't remember his name. And I finally called Timmy on the radio with like 3 laps to go. And I'm like, I think I can get this guy. I just need a couple of good laps.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're tired of watching you follow him. I said,
Timmy with that inspirational quote.
We didn't come out here to watch you follow this guy the whole time.
Yeah.
And I remember Gene would only buy one tire. We were down there. We needed tires. He bought one right rear. Can't afford any more tires.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had to restart with like 3 laps to go, and I rolled to the outside of this guy, and we ran the last 3 laps, and I literally won by this far.
Wow. Okay.
On the outside.
Wow.
And I was like,
that's at Columbus?
Yeah. And
wow.
I was like, do you think we could buy another tire now or something like it? But it was funny because I was like following that car.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally, I'm like on the radio. I'm like, should I try to pass him? Because I think in my mind, they'd be upset if I went from second to fifth.
Yeah, yeah. Which always bothers you as a driver if you go to make that move.
They were worried like this is like their last pennies. Like if I lost 3 spots, holy crap, we got to bug somebody to get gas money on the way home.
Yeah,
which was not the case with these guys, right? It was not the case.
Yeah, yeah, but you felt that way.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't want to go out there and, go backwards and lose a bunch of money. And so I asked him, hey, should I pass him? Timmy's like, been down here all the way down here to watch you follow this guy the whole
That's
damn
funnier
race.
than shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that was Timmy.
Even
on the
under
radio.
that moment, he's like, we're not here for a second.
I'm like, all right, pull the belts down. We're going for it. I'll either get to the front or I'll be in the back. And we ended up winning by like this one. It was
how crazy was that though, man?
Yeah.
When you finally went out there to try it, like as a driver, we all go, man, I don't know, but I got to do it.
I had very little experience at Columbus.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd only been there like twice with
That's a hard place to learn, man.
Right. I only been there and we got this big ass motor, and doesn't have no,
which hurt you there.
There's no business belonging down here.
Yeah.
I found out all about that when I drove Winter's car at Columbus for a main event.
Yeah.
Like Winter's car with the Hunter in it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's too much motor.
You can't touch the gas pedal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Berlin in an E-mod, and the guy's like, "Are you got your Sandusky engine in there?" I said, "The only engine I got."
Yeah, yeah.
You better pull 2 spark plugs.
It was that bad.
Oh yeah. That was a disappointing day.
So I went to Columbus with my sprint car. I went there with the 305 Sprint Series with Buchanan's and all those guys. And everybody, the rules are rules. You better have a 305 in there. But meanwhile, Buchanan's are freaking smoking us. But we're all supposed to be running the same damn motor. So we go to Columbus, and that track whooped my ass.
Yeah.
Like in a sprint car because of the G forces in the corners, man. Right. And you're barely lifting in a sprint car through there.
You're just it's all the time. Yep.
I'm waiting for the halfway, no fucking halfway. I'm like, God damn, man. I thought this was a 50 lap race. I thought at lap 25. I finally get irritated. I take my neck brace off and I just throw it out the fucking car and I throw it a caution. What do you think Timmy Laura would have done to me?
Oh, he'd have choked you.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Just drive it in the trailer and sneak out the back and don't ever come back.
Laura, did I throw my neck brace off?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it no more.
I was so embarrassed.
I couldn't take it. I'm like, Kenny, holy fuck, we had to just run 300 laps out here.
You went 3?
No, the guy goes, he's like, you're on lap 16. I'm like, holy fuck, man. I'm like, I'll start in the tail.
Uncle.
I'm like, oh my God, man. But I could just imagine a guy like Timmy just going, you're done.
When we first started Iceman, back at Liberty Ford, we didn't have headrests on the right side. So we had that hook with a thing goes around, you put your arm through.
Oh, yeah.
Hook to hold your head down.
Yeah.
We started an Iceman race up at Toledo. Lap 3, I realized that I forgot to put my arm, because I would always wait till right when I got the white flag, then I put my arm through, because it was always, I have to always pull it like this. So by a couple laps, my head would go back straight.
Yeah.
It's just because your arm like goes up.
Right.
You know? So I forgot. And it was like lap 10, and I'm literally, my head is like this. I can't hold my head up. And I'm like, I'm not ready to pull in. I'm like, I'm dying. Yellow comes out. I couldn't get my hand in that thing so quick. And I put it in there just to get my head back, that my neck was just killing me.
Yeah.
But I was like, don't ever do that again. But that's way before we had good safety.
Yeah. With you, Bill, your favorite races, you got to have, I mean, I know you race at Painesville, Lorraine, and all that, but you got to have a race that you really sticks out in your mind.
So the race that got away from me was Winchester in the trucks. It was Eddie Van Meter and me. And I was chasing Eddie down with a couple laps to go, and my truck caught on fire.
What the hell?
I just kept it to the floor.
Did you really?
Yeah. I have pictures of it on pit road with flames coming out of the hood.
Send them to Laura so we can post them.
I will, because back in the day, they just ran a breather off of the automatic transmission.
Yeah.
So that stuff dumped on 180-degree headers.
Oh, shit.
And it just caught on fire, and I didn't care because I was catching him. You know, me and Eddie, once Kenny stepped out, it was really me and Eddie.
Yeah.
You know, for wins. Whoever got out ahead of each other was going to be the one who was going to win the races. My proudest moment, and this is kind of odd. So I'd been away from Painesville for 25 years.
Yeah.
And Brian Wallerman owned an ARCA truck that his son BJ drove.
Okay.
The worst ARCA truck ever built.
Was it really?
This thing was, the guy built it on a dirt floor. His only measurement was his knee to his elbow.
Oh, shit.
Swear to God. Brian brought it to me. And at that time, Brian was in with Melissa and Eric in their shop.
Yeah.
So I tore it down, had Timmy come over. We looked at it. We got that truck better. Still had a V6 in it. That truck had never qualified for a race, had never finished a race. Still didn't finish with me. That's the sad part. We go to Painesville because BJ at that time was the clutch man on a pro stock car for a guy in Menor. So I go to Painesville, and I'm fast. Like, whoa, I haven't been on this track in every bit of 25 years.
Yeah.
I was sitting fast time for the longest time, and that was open qualifying. They used to do open qualifying.
Yeah.
So the guy had knocked me off my time. Still had time to get out there, and then somebody wrecked.
Oh, shit.
If I'd have got back out there, I'd have had fast time.
Yeah.
So I ended up third. Now the race, I ran out of talent from the time they dropped the green flag.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I wasn't used. Those guys back then, they would dive bomb the corner. The outside would dive bomb that corner. They did not care who was on the inside.
Yeah.
And Billy Straley.
Yeah.
I don't know if his glasses were backwards that day or whatever, but the first person to take me out is Billy Straley.
At Painesville?
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to bring this up about Scott Baker, and I'm not picking on Billy. I like Billy. Billy and I are friends, so don't think I'm going the way.
I'm not picking on him either. He just took me out. Glasses were on.
Toledo Iceman race, I believe. Scott Baker's leading the race. Billy blew a tire going into one and took Scott out of an Iceman race.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember Scott getting out of that goddamn car, going after Billy, man. And he blew a tire. Billy went into turn one. I think he was going a lap down or something. And what's the chances of right when the leaders are coming, going into one, that tire blows?
Yeah. Well, Scott had that happen in the Pro Cup Series also.
Did Winchester. He really?
He had a Canadian guy come out, multiple laps down. He interferes with Scott, takes Scott out.
Oh, my God.
So Scott had a horseshoe.
Well, we just
fell out of his ass long before that.
Yeah, we would just watch Rommel take me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was weird to watch that video, and it was the same way.
So
but it happens. But
it does.
But the chances of that tire, Scott had such a lead on the field.
Yeah.
And that tire blowing right then and there.
See, like, I can't really remember any race. I mean, they're all all the wins were cool, but watching my son win features was awesome.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I know how hard modifieds are.
Yeah.
They are so hard to drive.
Yeah.
They're so finicky. I watch guys that should be able to drive them struggle, right? And then you get other cars that are great. So with him to win in that championship and winning features was great because, I know how hard that was, just like, I knew how hard.
If you got in a car right now, with all the cars out there, street stocks, outlaw, late models, what car would you want to get in right now to go out and try to race?
You'd have to have a barf bag in it. Remember what he said?
Yeah, I don't feel
Hey, we'll get through that. That'll be part of the show.
It would be. Well, I never got sick till afterwards. Probably like an Iceman car, but they don't really have them. Maybe Slinger.
Well, it'd be a car
maybe
store.
like a Slinger has something like them.
Honestly, probably a car store car.
Yeah, car store car.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you follow that, but car store.
Yeah.
So I just want to circle back to what I was saying about Paynesville.
Oh,
you didn't interrupt.
Okay.
I did. I don't know.
That's all right.
No, go ahead.
So when that happened, once he took me out,
and
my head was so far up my ass I could see the daylight through my mouth.
Yeah.
And I just drove like an idiot. Randy black flagged me off the track.
Did he really?
Yeah, at the time. So that was embarrassing. But the other thing that really tops my whole list is not even me driving, it's my brother driving. So my brother had that little yellow CRX.
Oh, yeah.
And
just so everybody knows who your brother is, his brother is Jimmy Harkins that races at Paynesville. He's a mechanic, has a shop out here. Yes, that is Billy's brother.
Yes. And so he had that CRX that he bought from JoJo.
Yeah.
We all know that character. and my brother couldn't get out of his own way. And he kept begging me, come set this thing up. I said, I don't know anything about them damn four cylinders. Go to hell. I'm not touching a four cylinder.
Yeah.
So I finally go out there and I set it up reverse. I set it up with the heaviest spring being the right rear, the lightest spring being the left front. Just total reverse.
Yeah.
And he started going out and hauling ass.
Did he really?
He won with that little dude at Mansfield when they had the comeback race at Mansfield.
Yeah.
With cars that were running 6 cylinders.
Yeah.
So he was stomping and mud holing with people. So that I'm very proud of that time with him. But it got so bad that at Lorraine one night, they purposely took him out and T-boned him into the telephone pole.
I was there that night.
Yeah.
We were standing in a pit shoot that night.
100% intentional. About killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, he went straight to the emergency room.
I was working for Kevin Clark that night. I was in the pit shoot with Kevin Clark.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my proud moments aren't really about me. They're really about my time with my brother. And then some of the experience I had
some of those experiences that you had, and I'm not trying to, I know it's going to sound funny, but I'm not trying to be funny. All the years, let me just say from 1999 until I had enough in 2010 or 2011. I'm not joking. I would turn around and just see you at tracks. You wouldn't see them for years. I'd turn around and you're standing right there.
Well,
but those got to be achievements for you, man. Going to these different places with Hooters Cup and stuff like that. They are.
And even when I drove the truck. So I've heard people talk about before, if you can drive Paynesville, you can drive anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. There are certain people that are badass at Paynesville that can't get out of their own way at Luring.
Yeah.
You take them off that little track, they're done.
Yeah.
But for me, it didn't matter what track I got to. I loved it.
Yeah.
Winchester. If they told me to go run Winchester tonight, I don't care if it's a goddamn red wagon.
Yeah.
I'll go run it.
You liked it that much?
I love Winchester to death.
So like in a truck of that, are you lifting at all? Or is there
you never lifted.
You just went in the corners.
Wide open. So yes, to be able to travel once Kenny stepped out of the ride and I took over to travel in that truck series and have races that I won. And those are great times.
That was a great series.
It was a great series. It killed itself, actually.
Did it really?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yes, and you're right. Between the Pro Cup series, between the main event series, between doing stuff with, whoever would call me and say, hey, come help me.
Would you trade any of it?
No.
How about you, Kenny?
No.
Trade it?
No. What I also would like to say before I leave, my dad always told me this. Kenny, you always have great people.
Yeah.
From the time I started until the time he passed away and didn't see me keep going.
Yeah.
But I always had great people. People that wanted to win.
Right.
Timmy Lohr, and I had even Gary Showalter. We started, together. I had great Randy Prince, Jared Prince.
Yeah.
Were helping me. Jeff Carroll. But I had people, and I think about Mike Kern, how much money these guys spent on me.
Yeah.
And I
It's kind of surreal when you look back.
Yeah,
on it, man.
I watched him go buy an ASA car for me like in 2001.
Yeah.
Which he does have a 4th place finish in ASA.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So I would.
Did you
watch-
like the ASA because they were crate motors? They were crate back then,
Yeah,
weren't they?
and they were, they were okay. I mean, I think there was a cool series,
Yeah.
but it was just like you had to have tons and tons and tons of money.
Yeah.
He was behind the cubic dollar.
Yeah, but didn't you
Yeah.
help somebody in the ASA series besides?
It was just me.
That was it?
But I also helped Dale Francis.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, this is after we went to the crate motors. You had to have a
Yeah.
certain computer, and
Yeah.
these teams were like changing the oil when they qualified because they were using one weight oil to qualify.
Yeah.
Because everybody was within a tenth.
Yeah.
Like we went to Nashville.
Heavy zinc in one set, light zinc in another set.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It was that?
right down to the
Wow.
chemicals.
Yeah, it was crazy how much money they had, full-time people, and we were just having fun with Mike and Bill Nedzwicki, and
Yep.
but I've always had great people, and I can never thank all the people that.
What's your pre-race tradition before you go in and get into a car? Do you have a superstition or anything? Did you eat something or did you?
No, I don't think I had anything. I tried to wear the same. I don't know. I can't really same long. If I had one of my Nomex underwear, I'd try to use the same one.
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything.
No traditions or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that?
What's that?
You had to have black and red C4.
Well, I had a
Wasn't it
comb
black
in
and
my
red?
pocket. That was one of my
A comb?
traditions.
Oh, yeah, because you were Mr. Hollywood
I
back
had to come
then.
out to comb my hair.
Yeah, you were
I-
Mr. Even after a race, he's over there combing his hair.
front straightaway. That was just something I did. I don't know why. I get out and
You know what's funny is like probably like he raced Sandusky. When I was a kid, I probably got his autograph. At
Probably.
one point. 'Cause
Everybody
That's
did.
when I went to
Yeah.
Sandusky. Was in the 90s.
And some of the things that I found cool that, and I'm not trying to show your age or anything because we're almost the same age. But if I flagged or if I worked at a track, I got to talk to you guys on the track. And you want to race at Lorraine, I got to hand you a flag.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Because our generation of toughness is going away a little bit. That tough nose in the garage 7 days a week trying to get these cars done, it's kind of going away a little bit.
Yeah.
I see, and I'm not, you're not going to believe this, but I'm telling you, I seen it last year. I watched a guy on a pad going chat GTP and put in, my car is really loose. What should I do? And that's what he did.
Guess what? It's very accurate.
There ain't no freaking way.
It is.
There ain't
Jerry,
no freaking way.
I use it in my league.
Is it Timmy Lord accurate?
Nothing's Timmy Lord. I use it in my league. I will go and set for.
Are you
racing.
serious?
Yeah, I'll use it in my league. We'll have 5 guys get in a session, and we'll run 10 laps, and everybody will come in, feed me their tire temps, feed me their air pressures, and tell me what they felt, and I'll feed all that in and tell it to average it out, and we gain 3-4 tenths every.
So you're telling me 3 weeks ago when I need you at Flat Rock?
you didn't need me?
If I did need you, I just didn't ask you. But would you have came there with Chat GTP?
No.
Okay. But to me,
No, because I don't own a tablet.
but but to me,
When I
that's
use
what
it,
our
yeah.
technology today compared to the way we were back in the day.
It's no different than when electronics came.
What
It's
is-
I
another
dare
tool.
you this. I dare you to take a laptop and then walk over to Timmy and say, "This is
How
what
you
my
gonna get
car-
me to do it?"
This is what my car's
There-
doing.
there's
What
a-
do you think?"
There's a kid that runs Outlaw late models up in Michigan that runs in my Bandit Racing League.
Yeah.
He is now doing that, and he is getting faster as the season
Is he
goes on.
really?
Yes.
Would you imagine in our day that technology would have gotten that close to what we're doing?
I mean, we just walk. Them guys. Most people just walked around the pits and then averaged it out by what 10 different people.
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
you know?
If you go out and you take a degree tool and you set a degree tool on the banking, and you do turn 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
and put that into your GPT, and then you break your track down into 4 stages,
Yeah.
it will dial you in.
Come on.
Oh my
I'm
god.
telling you.
It's amazing. Technology has gotten that, I remember watching Rusty Adams and all that with a piece of string in the
Listen,
car.
he's just now
Maybe
learning
it's
how
a-
to do Facebook, so he's over here going,
Yeah,
"What?
I'm fighting Facebook.
What?"
Cat. I don't.
MySpace will be back when he figures out Facebook.
Yeah.
I build a lot of apps with it. Actually, I use anti-gravity.
Joe Ayer said Jimmy was kicking their asses with a CRX. He was able to pass them on the outside like they were sitting still.
Absolutely.
I was there that night, man. He was the fastest car.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, was it one of the Stanley people that put him in there?
I wasn't there that night, but I got the call from the hospital.
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
ended up at the hospital.
yeah, it was pretty hard hit.
It was a bad hit.
So before I let you go, I definitely want you to come back again. The studio is going to be a little different the next time you come back. We're going to be sitting in chairs and having some drinks and stuff like that. Just
Little air
relax.
conditioning.
Yeah. Turn the damn air conditioner on. Talk about cheap ass over here.
We'll get here a little earlier. And stuff.
Some of the people you want to thank for over the years.
Oh, like I said, all those guys I had, Timmy and Bill bringing me home to, what was that, Chicago? You were driving 85 mile an hour to get me back to the next, after American race, we won a race.
85 was on the low side.
I was in the back seat because I had to go to work at BFI in the morning, Sunday night. He's like, I'll get you by 6 o'clock.
Holy shit, Bill.
I looked up and I seen that Contour, wasn't it? The blue Contour.
Yeah, my Ford Contour.
He had that thing pegged out. And I'm like, oh my God. And I went
I'm going to
back,
die tonight.
I just went back in the fetal position, back there in the back seat going, I'm probably going to die on the way home. And he got me back so I wasn't late for work. But I mean, all this shirt, I know you don't see it, but in the back,
It's got
all the guys that were on my team at that time.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
So I had them all sign.
Yeah.
And then I took is Timmy's name even on?
I don't even see.
Probably not.
I don't see it
He
anywhere.
probably wouldn't let you. No, he wouldn't let you put it on.
Probably wouldn't let me put it on. So we put everybody's name on
Yeah,
with
yeah.
their signatures for something different,
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, the owners of Mike Kern and Bill and
Jeff
I can't
Carroll,
even think all the Jeff Carroll and
Mark
Milstein and Gene and Bob. I mean, Chaz worked on all of our stuff. And my cousin Brian, like he literally lived in Illyria, still lives in Illyria. And then for a while, he moved out here and worked with Timmy Lore every night.
Yep.
But he worked for Mark Milstein in the construction business.
Warrensville.
And he
Oh, shit.
still works for Mark Milstein.
Does he really?
Yeah. He used to come there and
Well, he
work every
technically
day.
doesn't work for Mark anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody.
So, but if,
So
if
all
Timmy
these
said you
guys-
just tomorrow, hey, I got a street stock or a late model for you to race, you really
If
wouldn't
Timmy
do
called
it?
him, yes, he would.
Kenny, you'd have to try one more
Yes, he
time,
would.
man.
I seen it in a go-kart track. I seen how bad I was.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just I'm like, I couldn't wait for it to end.
You know-
And now I got my grandkids big enough to race me, and I can't even battle them because
Yeah.
I start sweating, and I start getting sick, and I start getting motion sickness, and I just like, oh my God, what is wrong with me?
I know you look at yourself as just Kenny Phillips, the guy that worked at the trash company and stuff.
Yeah.
You do realize how good you were, right? You do. You know you were part of the history of Midwest
Oh,
racing.
I
Your name
think-
was when people would see you pull in. People would get intimidated.
Yeah.
Does that register a little bit to you?
I guess I think they knew I was the man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so now I got to live up to it too, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably why I kept some of my actions of being any more, because I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just we're still racing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I just wanted to race hard. Even if I lost by 3 inches, I still wanted to race hard.
Right, right.
All I didn't feel like I was being dirtied every lap. You know what I mean?
You see what he did when I lost by 3 inches.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck he thinks that's 3 inches, but he's been lying to somebody for many years.
Oh, I keep lying. There was 20 years now me and her been married.
Joe Ayer said, please have both of these guys back. I have enjoyed this show so much.
I'm definitely gonna have you guys back in a nice, cooler condition atmosphere where we're sitting down in leather
How
chairs.
far do you live away?
45
Oh,
minutes.
ain't too bad.
Nathan Harkins said, haha,
Oh.
the blue contour.
My son.
Yeah.
Kevin Myers said another one of Bill's accolades is single-handedly reducing the deer population in Northeast Ohio.
You hit
No,
deer quite a bit in your car?
War PA. When I worked Asheville and I had to drive to Meadville all the time,
Yeah.
I stopped counting at 16 deer.
Oh,
Did you
that you
really?
hit? Or
Yes.
oh, jeez.
Yeah, and there's another guy that doesn't get a lot of credit. Kevin's helped
Kevin
me.
doesn't get enough credit.
He's helped me. And like Saturday, Earl needed him. And I told Kevin, we need you here, dude. Earl needs you. We need you here at the track. And he actually came to the track, but the guy is so talented.
And I was worried he wouldn't go back. I'm glad he did.
We needed to get him back there. He needs to get that behind him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And move forward. It's tough, man. I told him there's only been one bad breakup of all my years of managing racetracks and working for people. I've only had one bad breakup, and I still never let it get to me because the next one's right around the corner.
I tried to get Kevin to be my race director in my league, and he said no.
He said, no. Back in 17, when
He
we were
didn't
at the
want to experience
Paynesville,
it.
he didn't want to do it. You know,
maybe Timmy will come back.
Timmy would come back for you or I.
Joe Ayers said, "Can we get these guys to get something together for the Lorraine comeback this year?"
That would be him.
so if someone gets a nice ride for you for Lorraine for the.
I've already told Timmy. Timmy's already started on me. I'm like, no. Timmy's like, I know 2 brand new modifieds on it.
Then what are we waiting on, Kenny?
I'm like, no.
Take a Dramamine, bro.
I'm just like,
Listen, where's the guy?
I'll probably just disappoint you.
Let's just take him.
Hey, so my last race was at Sandusky Speedway,
Okay,
and I won.
Shot.
see what I mean?
And so I was like,
He wants to go out
I'm
on
done.
top. He wants
I'm
to go out
done.
on top.
I'm done.
Listen, if it's sickness that is his issue, let's tie a rope around his ankles and let's just wing him around like that.
How these
Listen,
things-
at the end of the day,
yeah,
we all appreciate you. I know
Yeah.
you brought a lot of good memories to us.
yeah.
And I know. Listen, I know you never took time to take that moment to take a breath and to look in the stands, because there are a lot of times I see you
looked at
win.
the stands.
He was looking at his
Yeah,
hands.
for different reasons. Though. I don't want to say your wife's watching, but
Oh, she knows.
you never took the time when you got out of that car at Lorraine or Sandusky. I'd watch you get out. Your crew would come over. You give them a hug and stuff. You take your picture. You jump in a car and leave. You never took that time to look in the stands at all those kids smiling down at you and how good you did. You really, honestly, you were one of those guys in that generation that a lot of kids looked up to and couldn't wait to see you out there racing, man.
Well, I always made sure I did the autograph because I had kids. I love kids and Iceman. But if you remember, a lot of times when we were in this car, I would go backwards down the front straightaway.
Yeah.
I get Lorraine and stuff.
Yeah.
And just wave, because to me, it's like, it's got a checker flag. It's great. But if you actually could see the driver,
Yeah.
waving at you a little bit, I thought that was cool.
And I think that's why you were a fan favorite
know,
because of
and
stuff like that.
I still like, and it's probably an ego problem. I like going in the grandstands and people recognize me.
Yeah.
I go to Lorraine and I would walk through there and, hey, Kenny,
Yeah.
miss you, and I'm like, it makes
Bill
you
and
feel
I
good.
do that and they ask us to go get them a hot dog or something.
Yeah.
They think we're concession workers.
Oh,
They talk to you?
Yeah, they'll say, hey, can you get us a hot dog and a Coke?
No, they know. They just go, "Where's your race car?"
but I also,
No,
I also hear
Justin.
people like whispering, is that Kenny Phillips?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just me. I'm just here to watch.
That's pretty cool though, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
nice to see people and I like recognize their faces.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know their names, and I probably never knew their names. But
So I'm gonna tell you a secret
so
with that.
okay.
So in Lake County, Bill and I, there's some of us in Lake County that people like us, and wherever we go, we get seen and they want to talk and stuff like that. And I'm not good with names. I'm horrible. So if you ever walk up to me and I go, hey, staying out of trouble, I have no freaking clue who you are.
You just gave it away.
But everybody knows.
No,
I say
nobody
it.
knew that was
Kenny.
your thing. Now
I can meet somebody and I'm like, what the hell's his name? He just told me his name. And I'll be walking in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they say you're supposed to say it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I always forget that part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't. And then I'm like, damn, what's his name again? And I'm like,
George Strain.
I can't remember dates to save my life.
I'm
You asked me,
kinda-
me and my wife's
Yeah,
anniversary.
yeah.
I'm like,
How long you guys been together?
me and my wife?
Yeah.
so you just put them
see,
on.
I got that. I'm 20 years.
Yeah, but didn't you marry her like
I'm
in
20
2000 or
years.
something like that?
No.
No?
I want to say it's 2009.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she?
Sure?
Yeah.
Do you remember George Strain?
Yeah.
He drove the wagon at Paynesville.
Mhm.
So on Friday and Saturdays, I had a clock that I would do in my head. Now I'd go repo cars out of all the Walmarts. On Friday and Saturday nights were my Walmart nights. On Madison Walmart was during the day on a Friday or Saturday. And he worked for, I think, Republic or Waste Manager or somebody.
One of those. Okay.
Every time I'd pull in that lot, he would scream, "The fucking repo guys here, check your car." I mean, he was screaming at the top of his lungs in
Oh,
Walmart's
man.
parking lot, man. But
I didn't know that was such a thing yet.
what's that?
Repo.
Oh,
Oh,
shit,
it's-
dude. It's huge.
Really?
Because they'll give a loan to anybody that they know
There's
is not
some
gonna pay.
months, not now, but there was some months our team would repo about 150 cars in a month.
What
We
are you
used to
looking
get people confused with Bullet Racing,
Yeah.
Bullet Motorsports,
Yeah.
and also,
Zorilla.
Bullet
also
recovery.
your recovery.
Yeah.
There was one time we received mail at Bullet Racing for you.
That's funny.
Hopefully, it wasn't a bill.
I don't know. It wouldn't have
Well,
I was just gonna
I
say.
took Bullet Racing from Zorilla from Mansfield because he owned a pro stock drag team with
Mhm.
Dave Conley out of Elyria.
Okay.
And they won a championship and all
I
that.
remember Conley.
And I just took the name one day. I was like, this is pretty. Him and I were having drinks in Florida. And I said, I'm changing the name because my repo company was National Recovery. And I'm like, that's just lame. And we were sitting there having drinks. I said, I'm going to call it Bullet Recovery. Next day, I changed it to Bullet Recovery.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I drive by Norwalk's. I was telling him I would buy Norwalk drag strip. And I look over there and I'm like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. And all these rigs in here. And they're hundreds of $1,000 rigs. I'm like, who can have the nicest rig? I mean, to me, it's like a social event.
Yeah.
And they're all talking, and I see these drag cars, and I'm just like, dear Lord, it's a Wednesday or Thursday morning, and I'm like, these people have jobs. Where the hell?
Zorilla was the same way. If you remember with the Bullet Yard, he had a camper or an RV that took the pro stock, and they would show up there. Like on Wednesday or Thursday, you're supposed to show up.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. You did want to mention about the IHRA.
Yeah, I do want to bring up.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that actually.
Okay, so I can only say a little bit because I signed a contract that I'm not. So I was originally hired,
but you're not with them anymore.
No,
Right.
Yes.
Can I say what happened that day?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's not slanderous.
So everybody seen the one side on the drag side. Woody got a text at 3:30 that he was fired.
Scott Woodruff.
I said, you're fired. Him and I received the same text at the same exact time.
Oh, nice.
So I was hired to take over all the Circle Track stuff to get completely everything going under Circle Track. That was Rockingham, getting the races together, putting all the employees in at Pulaski, which they did Stacy Compton, who's a great guy, did really good with it. And work with Tim and Daniel Horton on the IHRA Stock Car Series, which I think is a fantastic series.
I thought it was doing.
I think it was doing great. And they had to sell me on the crate motor on that. What is it? A 525, I think, crate.
I don't remember what.
It's a 525 or 535 crate, but it sold me on it. Drivers showed up. I mean, it was going good. Here's what I can say. I was hired for the Circle Track side. Woody was hired for the drag side. Woody worked for NHRA. He is the best when it comes to running drag strips. He's the best. And as we kept going, it just felt like, I got to make sure I say this the right way.
You guys didn't want to be yes men.
Yes, I'm not a yes guy.
You were always getting a bit of restrictive.
Yes, yeah. This is the way when I go into a racetrack, it's successful when I leave. I've never left a racetrack with it not succeeding. Now, everybody thinks he's doing this for data centers and all this other stuff. That's not the case. Unless I'm proven wrong, I'm telling you, it's not a data center.
Right, except for now people are linking him with Elon.
Well, they are. They have every right to.
Business.
Correct.
Right. And that's why the data center thing is taken off.
And it's just not the case.
Makes sense.
It does, but I just don't. From seeing it from the inside,
you don't think that's what it is?
He needed to leave me alone and let me do what I was doing, and he needed to leave Woody alone to what he was doing. You hired us for a reason. I was recommended to him by somebody very involved in NASCAR, recommended me. Left me alone, we'd be doing fine today. We'd be the Circle Track side of it. The Hortons would be fantastic, but I think he keeps putting in guys that are afraid to tell him, hey, you can't do this. And then when it falls apart, he blames them and fires them.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate because I think it's going to leave a black eye that may not cure itself.
From all of us being around this sport, as long as we've been around, I don't think he can recover from it.
That's why I'm saying
that. I just don't see anybody.
There's no restructuring.
Now,
I can say it, but
my cousin Bobby Scheid, is a big wig with Paul Lee Racing. They won Columbus. I think he said it was $150,000 that they won, the nitro, whatever, and they still haven't been paid yet. So
I've seen a lot of people that haven't been paid on,
but it's
tracks. So yeah,
to me, it was the position I've always wanted because I fight with NASCAR all the time. Steve O'Donnell, who I think is a great guy, belongs in that position. I couldn't stand where it was going with Steve Phelps in France. And they're doing what they did. I don't know if you still follow NASCAR at all, but the drama between Steve Phelps and all those guys was killing the sport. Now you see it kind of rebounding a little bit. And that's the other thing I was saying at the beginning of the show with Bowman Gray. Put me in there. I'm telling Steve O'Donnell. I'll send him an email. Put me in there, Steve. Let me go in there and run the place the way it's been run for 50 effing years. Stop doing what you're doing, but I hope that if the IHRA, the stock car series, I'm hoping if he's not going to continue it, he sells it to somebody because it's already a product. And a lot of racers like it because it's economical.
And you did have some of the cars guys were now starting to transition
Yeah.
into that. I know Landon Huffman was scheduled
Yeah.
for a couple of races with him now.
Do you know what the biggest complaint in that series is?
The frame height.
Frame height, bump stop. That you got to, to run
cars
that. I
don't-
mean, more than I do.
The cars don't look right because
Yeah.
they're so high.
Yeah.
So I know that was one of the
Yeah.
major. The other real issue is starting the fastest guy in the pole.
Can't stand it.
Those-
I can't
I
stand
can't see
Those
that.
races, some
I can't stand-
when that Australian guy or whatever did
Yeah,
that first
yeah,
race
yeah.
and just left everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even went to Timmy's house.
That ain't even no
Sat
fun.
down with Timmy to
It's
watch
not.
That ain't no fun.
So Flat Rock has been doing that the last couple races that we went to. The fast guys are on the pole. You got 18 other guys. They started
You guys started
23 street
23?
stocks. I started 18th.
At least pulling inversion.
I got the green. I look down the backstretch. They're going into turn 3. I'm not even coming off the freaking corner yet. I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
That's the only issue I have with Flat Rock. Do a full field inversion, put the fast guy to the back. And if they're as good at, now this is what's happening. The 2 fast guys at Flat Rock in the street stock class, they take off, they're gone.
Right.
There's nobody catching them. I just watched a race last week. The top 2 guys had a full straightaway on them when the checker flag went out.
That's no fun.
The fans are not enjoying that. You wonder why there's nobody sitting in the stands?
Why would people think that's the right thing to do?
It's this mentality of these new guys are thinking, let's just get through the night and get it done and get it over with.
Really?
Racing used to be you used to do a family adventure at the racetrack every Saturday night. I mean, you go there with your kids, you go do it. It was a full night of fun.
Well, you touched on that with Josh, about the entry to get into the grandstands.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I don't agree on free,
Mhm.
but I agree on cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree.
Because-
I always agree on cheap.
Yeah.
I'd rather have somebody sitting there than not sitting there.
Yeah.
Because you're going to buy
Because
some
they're
popcorn.
most likely to buy something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very. Sometimes you watch like, I noticed this in Sandusky, like the High Mother.
Yeah.
You'll see like some old timers up there. They'll probably never leave their seat to buy anything.
They're not going to.
They're not going to leave their
They're
seat.
not leaving.
But if you see
They've
a
got a pack in
family,
their pockets. And
you
everything.
see a family up there, the kids want something.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Junior to the racetrack.
You got to get the kids out there.
Yeah.
I don't care if the kids are free or $1 or even get the parents. If you bring in a kid or something, take $5 off the parent just because that kid's going down. There's no way he's not coming home with popcorn.
My
Something,
philosophy
right?
has always been for weekly racing to get mom to the track because you're not taking the kids without mom. The kids can go, Dad, I want to go to track. I'm going to track. If you don't get mom there and it's economical for her, because mom handles the bills.
Right.
At the end of the day, we all know who handles the money. If you can't get mom,
I roll the money.
yeah, I used to say that, dude. So I
Sounds good though, doesn't it?
It sounds good.
had to steal $40 out of her purse the other
I'm
day.
not saying a word.
You're the smart one.
But Kenny, thank
My
you
wife's
guys so
watching.
much, man.
No,
I
thank
appreciate
you
it.
for
It's such a
having us here.
pleasure.
That's great.
Maybe next time we do this, we can get Timmy in here.
Maybe we
That wasn't a good
Now,
reaction.
Wait.
now he's a funny guy today.
maybe we do a roll on into Timmy's shop one day with him and Eder. They're working on the car.
You know, we should do a show and don't even tell
Let's do a
Timmy.
roll it.
No, we should do just to have her hold a phone like this. And we just don't tell Timmy we're doing a show.
Yeah.
And he'll just be like, well, I'll see you guys later. Hey, thank you for the 2 hours of content.
We'll just do a pop-up show, like real quick.
Right.
You just put a microphone on him. Boom. We just start talking.
Should send spies out wherever. If you think Timmy's going to be at the racetrack, send spies out
Yeah, yeah.
and just roll through the trailers. And,
He rarely goes to the track anymore.
Hey, just have a microphone as you walk by. How you doing, Tim?
No doubt.
But
Yes.
thank you guys both very
Yes.
much. Bill, thank you so much for this. I appreciate it. I appreciate you
tried
guys.
to keep it from you to the last second, but I thought, it's kind of not.
I had to
fair.
ask him today. I said, man, people are asking me and I had some questions.
But I gave you the photos as a.
Once you told me the photos, I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, that photo gave it completely away. But thank you so
He
much.
told me out of the blue, and I'm like,
Well, he's number 2. I chose Timmy first.
yeah, he chose Timmy first.
Yeah, but you know
that.
too. Yeah.
But that was a no brainer. He knew Timmy.
Yeah,
was gonna
yeah.
Say no.
It wasn't like it was Jeremy Wiggins first. It was
Yeah.
Timmy. You know what I mean?
Wasn't Rick Gratch or something?
Yeah.
Wasn't Gratch or
He's going to tell me after you leave. Gretsch was number 3.
yeah, never. Which is
Never had a
fine.
conversation
Yeah.
with him.
He would be a lot of fun.
I've actually never had a conversation with him.
He's a lot of fun.
He's a great guy.
Raced
He's-
against
he's-
him, but never once even.
He's a great
never
guy.
talked to him.
We can talk about how me and him would take off coming off a turn 2, and when we would start side by side in the modified, we would just take off.
Yeah.
Because we were always trying to who was going to go, whether he's on the inside or
Yeah.
outside. We would just take off, and like the half the field is like a half a lap back.
Yeah.
Craig was like, "You and Gretsch just took off." I'm like, "Keep up. It's
Yeah.
time to keep up. It's time to go."
So were you one of those guys right before the green would start, you tap the brake
No,
and then take off?
I never.
Or were you focused?
I never pulled that crap because I didn't want that crap pulled on me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be fourth in line and do that crap. I was
Yeah.
not a tap breaker.
Yeah.
I was always, I might have picked up a little speed because I thought a guy was, inching ahead of me, especially in modified. I would try to stay up there, and then he'd race up, and then I'd race up. That's what me and Rick would do all the time.
Yeah.
We would start, and then I'd go like this, and next thing you know, we're just like wide open
Just
down
gone.
the back straightaway. Craig would be like yelling at me. I'm like, dude, follow us. You see those two idiots in front of you doing it, you
Just follow it.
Follow.
Before you let us go, I have a question for you.
All right, go ahead.
Let's turn these questions back to you. What is your most favorable race you've had, and what's your most disappointing?
Damn. I would have to say my best race ever. I won with Rusty Adams in that man-eater car, Cavalcade. And he yelled at me. He was like, Timmy Lore.
Yeah.
He yelled at me. He was like, I was so happy after that race. I'm like, I can't believe I just won this fucking race. I'm like, I can't believe it. And he goes, I thought I fucking told you not to fucking go out here and beat these guys like that. Because I told you to go out there and let them race with you. And I started last. And I came up through the field.
Right.
And I passed him. And I'm like, hey, man, I got to go.
Right.
Not thinking about it because you're so zoned out on what you're doing. Come to the start-finish line. He comes rolling up on the golf cart. I fucking told you not to do that. It was a moment, man. I was like, I just won fucking cavalcade with Rusty Adams. I was happier than shit.
And he just beat me down to the ground.
Oh my God, dude. I'm going to the tech garage like, like I gotta get teched.
So what's the one that got away from you? Then I do have one more question.
Barberton and the Legend car?
Yeah, I'd have to say that was a heartbreaker. It was a big INX race. I was racing for Randy Smith. It was a 50 lapper. And don't quote me on it, but I think it paid like $2,500, $5,000 to win, something like that. It was an INX sanctioned event. I got out front in the Davis father and son back then. Those guys were unbeatable in a Legend car. And the last lap, the coil wire fell off.
Oh, shit.
It was a brand new car from INX, and they didn't crimp the wire onto the coil.
Wow.
Come off turn 2, going on a backstretch. You get that little, I got this. This is cool. All of a sudden I hear, duh. I went, what the fuck just happened? I hear, everybody go by me.
Do you have a win since you've been back to Painesville?
I have
At
not.
Painesville?
I haven't. I can't figure Painesville. I have so many wins at Painesville. That was my baby for a while.
Have you been fast there, though?
I'm fast, but I can't figure the car out.
Are you proud of that? That you've come back there and that you're fast considering the guys you're running against?
No, I'm very disappointed in myself. I'm very disappointed in myself because I can win
and
there.
that's why I leave with a win and I just don't come back.
It really bugs me.
Yeah.
It really honestly eats me alive. Like when we left the track that night, I was up half the night figuring out what the hell did I do? I'm doing the same thing, but the cars are so different.
So you beat yourself up after that?
I really do. And then I call Kevin the next morning, ask him 100 questions. He's like, you haven't raced in 30 fucking years. What do you think is going to happen? But it really, honestly. So what is your best track, your favorite track that you could win at? Your favorite track?
Sandusky.
Sandusky?
Yeah.
Imagine if you went there this weekend and you finished second every goddamn fucking race in Kent. It just eats you.
Yeah. I won my first race there and I won my last race there. So that's time to leave.
It's never your last race.
It's just with Sandusky, Kevin says, hey, we got to change this. We got to change. And I haven't done it yet. Once my arm's better and I go back, because I'm not going to be able to race this weekend. They told me no today. But once I go back, now I'm focused. I at least got to fucking win a heat race. Didn't mean to swear. Got to win a heat
You've been
race.
cussing this whole show.
That one was pretty bad, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was bleeding.
I know it's just a heat race, but for us,
Right.
it's that building block. It's step one on that block, and it's building. Like it's Lorraine last year. Lorraine's my most winningest track. I've won at Lorraine more than anywhere. When I couldn't get rid of that push that last night of racing, it ate me up all winter.
Well, that's your own fault because you stopped at the trailer.
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it, man.
Well, we challenge you next time to stop at the trailer.
I'll
I
probably-
don't think it'll be as bad as you believe it will be. I
And
mean,
you know
how
what?
bad can it be? You're a repo guy, right? How can Timmy can't be worse than a repo?
Oh no, man! I've
I
heard
mean,
Timmy's temper before, dude. I've heard him.
I mean, you
Yeah, Timmy's not going to jack your
but you know what? The thing
he
is, like,
will question you. You better have some answers.
and that's my problem.
You might want to take a notebook over there and say, "Hey, this is what I got.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what I'm doing. Is there anything you think I got this problem?" And he's going to ask you, "Where does the push start? And
Yeah.
when does it quit?"
Yeah.
So you sure it's not a brake push? He's gonna.
Yeah,
You better be ready for some questions now.
And that was my thing at Flat Rock a couple weeks ago when I'd let off the gas going to a corner, a car wanted to come around. So we made some adjustments, did the same thing. It got a little better.
Mhm.
And Kevin kept saying, "Are you sure it's coming around on you and you're just not pushing and you're trying to get around?" I said, "No, Kevin, when I let off the gas, it wants to come around on me."
And he would probably say that's usually mechanical. If you're loose going in, he always say a lot of times it was mechanical.
Not me. He told me I didn't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Or you just got too soft in the front.
That's what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, but it's changed so much. And last
Yeah.
year when I finished second and I should have won that feature, it just ate me all winter.
Mhm.
All winter, Kenny, you've been through it, man. You're
Oh, yeah.
like
Who'd you finish second to all year? Chase Wiggins.
Chase Wiggins, Jeremy's kid.
Oh, I don't know him.
Oh, that fucking little fucker, man.
I do have a comment on here. Kevin Myers says it's easier to win if the car leaves the shop. Gerald.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Kenny, you want to drive my car this weekend at Painesville?
Nope.
You sure?
He's never made a lap at Painesville.
I've
Oh, you
never-
have never been at Painesville?
Tell him we do need to get going, but tell him exactly what you said about the only time you've been to Painesville.
I went to Painesville one time. I think Maggio might have been running it. And I picked up tires. And from the barn, I bought tires or something.
Yeah.
I looked over, I seen the racetrack, and I said, "Cool, go-kart track." And I kept walking.
Oh.
Are you serious?
That's exactly what I said.
You thought it was a go-kart track?
I thought it was a go-kart track. But I've seen videos of that.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of joking because I knew how small it was. you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because I used to laugh. I used to say, I think I could fall out of the car at Barberton in the middle of the corner and not get hurt.
Yeah.
I said, I used to look for Clover when I was in the corner because you
You're
were
going
stopping.
faster in the corners of Painesville than you are forward.
Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah. You're almost a complete stop.
Yeah, I see it now. It's like, it looks like a cool track.
Two Burger King drive-throughs.
But I was like in a hurry and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, go-kart track.
Maybe
And I was
maybe he needs to race your street stock.
You should just race my street
Oh,
stock one night, bro.
Like Kenny's like, I got
No, the only way,
So good.
Timmy Lore would have to work on it for at least 2 weeks straight.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He'll look at that car and go, "You might as well stay home."
Before
No,
I
you
would
just
ever
better
sit
fix
in it. Everything else would have to go through Timmy Lore if I did something like that.
You know, just think about it. If you want to
What?
jump on my street stock at Lorraine or something, man, just think it.
No,
We can move the pedals for you.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
You're not going to embarrass
I don't
yourself.
wanna embarrass myself. I can't even beat my grandkids in go-karts.
We're
I don't
taking
electric
his man
go-karts.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His man card's gone.
Well, the
I
offer is
enjoy,
there.
I know. I actually enjoy watching my grandkids kick my butt. But you know what it's like when you see that screen and you're down like fourth or fifth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm like squeezing.
You
the
want to
steering
just look at
wheel.
your grandkids and go, "You know who the hell I am?"
You know, I'm just like, there's no way they're better than me.
Yeah.
I've made 1,000,000 laps.
Isn't your side-by-side 1,000 turbo?
Yeah.
And you don't get sick of that?
No. Do not get sick of that.
He needs a
man's
shirt
making
around
excuses.
his grandkids to say, "I'm freaking Kenny Phillips."
I can ride my side by side through the woods, up and down, and through
Yeah.
the rocks, and I never feel it. The other day, I was on a golf cart going over the neighbors because their house is way back off the road to a graduation party, and we were riding backwards, me and my wife, and we literally went 1,000, 1,200 feet, and it was up through a woods, up a hill, and I got off, and I was just like,
Oh shit, Kenny.
"Holy crap!" And
They
my
make
neighbor's
mention
like,
of
"What's
that.
wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm already motion sickness."
Wow.
And I should have known to turn around and look,
Yeah.
but I was like, "How bad can it be?"
Yeah.
I think I rode one roller coaster last year, the Magnum or something.
I couldn't do that. There's no freaking way.
I rode it, and I'll be honest with
Laura,
you,
would I be able to do that?
The no.
This
No.
is the Magnum. It's
You did it
a
Is it
smoother
the red
one.
one or is it the blue one at Cedar Point?
I don't know. It was kind of smooth, but I'll be honest. I had my eyes closed most of the time.
That's how. Yeah.
The grandkids are like, hey,
Yeah.
it's having a good time,
not me.
Papa.
I, can't
I was
do the
just
little
like,
roller coaster.
I was like, is it over? Is it
Did
over?
it go upside down?
No, but I don't think it went upside down. It just did this
So
crap.
that was the Magnum.
Yeah, it was the I don't think I ever went upside down, but I look at some of the other ones the other day. I was like, look at that Ferris wheel. That's a kind of a cool one. And my wife's like, you realize that your legs, it was like dangling. She goes, it goes out like this when it swings around. It's the one over by the beach. Because I was like, I could probably ride that. She goes, you don't realize it goes out. She goes, I was on it. I was getting ready to get out, and then they shut it down for the day. She goes, I was so happy.
Wow.
She goes, you would not make it out for sure.
Well, you have, if you want to get my street stock,
I know.
And listen, that car, you can ask Kevin. I don't spare expense. He tells me to buy it, I buy it.
Right.
I don't, it's not a beater street stock. I got a monster motor in there, so it's a great motor. So if you want to jump in it.
That's a manufacturer motor, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, monster.
I thought it was a Hutter motor.
Shit, I wish I could afford a Hutter motor.
Even if expenses weren't spared.
Well, a Hutter motor, absolutely.
I am a little spoiled. I ran.
Of course you are.
I ran a lot of Hutter motors.
You ran a lot of Hutter.
I ran a lot of Hutter motors.
These monster motors, the guys that are running them, they do very well with them.
I remember Schaefer was running a lot of monster motors.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guys that were running.
Yeah,
Run
Wiggins
the
and all them, they all have
They
them.
had a lot of monster motors over there. I see your name. I see the.
I appreciate you guys coming in. Kenny, thank you so much, man.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, we're low on time, so we'll put the pit gate roundup on Facebook, where he'll go through everything that is all out racing. A lot of our viewers tonight are at the Brad Doty Classic at Attica. A friend of the show, Tanner Tecco, he actually won the C main.
Oh, hell yeah.
But he did not make the A main. But I think it's great that he won the C. So
And we're starting a new
congrats,
contest this week. So we're starting to, Bill, you can get in on this. We're going to start a contest. You're going to win a $50 gift certificate. Whoever does the best Bobby Conklin "Good Night Everybody" impression. So I'll put the wording up on our page, and you have to record it. And then all of our fans and everybody that follows the page will vote who is the best, and you'll win the $50 gift certificate.
I won't do that because with my electronic ability, I'll just clip his voice from the other
That's
day.
bullshit, bro.
Make a little tweak to it. You want to know the difference?
That's bullshit.
I win.
So we just want to have some fun with everybody. People love the guy.
Oh yeah, my boys can never forget his voice.
Yeah.
You know, because we were there a lot.
You know, somebody complained to me the other day, and I really liked the complaint that they said, Bobby's not the same anymore. He didn't mention these guys not having girlfriends. So if you were single back in the day, Bobby would go,
yes.
Kenny Phillips, if you're a single lady here, he likes to go to church on
I
Sunday.
have tapes from when Lorraine
And
saying,
then,
Bill Harkins, 30-year-old single for Painesville.
Yeah.
Ladies, he's single.
So people wanted to hear him say that.
I thought he did great this past week.
I thought he did fantastic.
Yeah, not doing it for a while.
So,
I
but
thought he did great.
not saying you're single. Listen,
no,
all you
definitely
ladies watch right now, he's not single. He's happily married.
20 years.
Man, see, we all grow up.
I finally
somewhere.
made it.
I know that should be your
finally made it.
accomplishment,
Yeah,
man.
That's my accomplishment right there.
It is all by itself.
The first couple were not more than 7.
Listen,
So
I asked Kenny before we went on the air, and this will be the last thing I'll say. I'm going to sign off. I said, I didn't know you got married, man. How long you been married? He said, which time?
Well,
it's always the last one that's the best.
I know, that's
It
the best.
always is. So
she is the best.
I hope
last
everybody
one's
enjoyed
always
the show tonight. Kenny, thank you guys.
Yep,
Timmy,
thanks.
if you're watching, hope you enjoyed yourself. And
We definitely didn't keep it under 2 hours tonight.
where we at?
2 hours and 55 minutes.
Holy shit.
Just missed it.
Shit.
Do we get the longest show?
No,
So far?
I think the longest is like Earl's show was like 3 hours and 15.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
The next
I
time
think
you
Earl's
guys
got
come
the
back,
record.
we'll beat it.
Yeah,
Let's beat the record.
We'll definitely beat it.
especially having me out here. I'm a little disappointed if we didn't break that one.
We could have kept
Usually-
going.
If,
Yeah,
we, if
usually-
we had AC, we would
Yeah,
could have
she's
broken
killing me
it.
with
I know
AC.
he's
I know.
dying right now.
And
I
I
know.
was like, holy crap! I might have sweated a couple pounds off in here today.
He's going to tell everybody the show is great, except for the wife who won't turn the air on.
Yeah.
It's just too loud.
Cheap ass.
Cheap ass.
I know.
So until next Tuesday, unless we do a show between now and then, it looks like the racing's probably gonna be rained out for everybody this weekend.
Quit hitting your water bottle.
So I don't know what everybody's gonna do this weekend. Kenny, you can come sit down in the street stock and make noises if you want.
I'm good.
So once again, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. Laura, thank
Thanks,
you for
Bill,
not
for
crashing
bringing
the
me.
show.
Yeah, I try.
So until next Tuesday night, everybody, hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you then. Until then, good night, everybody.